Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Wilmington Wildcats football here on the Christian Internet Sports Network and Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. I know on the Facebook page a little while ago we said 6:40. We're clearly not on the air at 6:40, but there are a number of things that went along with that. One, the freshman game went really long. Two, things just went horribly haywire with the network here. Luckily, Dave back there at the old trusty studios, and I say that laughingly, managed to rescue us because that was going nowhere in a hurry. So thank you to Dave. By the way, Quig Lake Technology Services, one of our great sponsors here. He can help you with anything computer related. He does it with us all the time. We're probably annoying him more than just about anybody else on the planet, but he always manages to get things figured out. You haven't missed anything, by the way. We're still 17 minutes or so away from opening kick here tonight. Wilmington on the road to take on Streator. The 2-0 Wilmington Wildcats to take on the 1-1 Streator Bulldogs. A beautiful night for football. We had the sun setting.
Look at that.
We got old school football here. You know, we got to talk about one of the oldest rivalries in the state of Illinois.
Yes.
We'll do that as the night rolls on, and one that Streator's a part of and will reignite again next year. We'll do that here in just a little bit. We also have an interview with Coach Jeff Raintz. We'll get to that as the pregame show rolls on too. And of course, we'll get you set up for tonight's opening ICE matchup, ICE Conference Football, and what is a loaded, and I mean loaded, conference.
It is.
Wait till we tell you who's ranked where. That's a shock in and of itself. But we got to get to our first timeout of the night. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Streator and Wilmington and kind of what's brought them here, and a little bit about one of the oldest rivalries in the state of Illinois that's not this game, but another game that Streator's bringing back next year. We'll do that after this break. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Raintz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
Back here at Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Getting set for Wilmington and Streator tonight. Streator at 1-1, coming off a loss last week to Morton. Final score of that game was 42-12 as Streator went on the road against Morton. Week 1 saw the Bulldogs at home open up against East Peoria with a 21-14 win. Wilmington, meanwhile, has had no problems through the first couple of weeks. A 32-0 win against Evergreen Park at home, and then they went on the road to Oaklawn Community, a school of 1,800, and had no problems there. Final score was 58-28, and the last 15 points or so of that were against Wilmington.
Third string.
Yeah, basically. So it was really 58-13, and Wilmington has been without Trey Shaw, one of their starting wingbacks. He has not played hardly at all this year. 1 quarter of the first game, and he will be out tonight as well. And when Wilmington gets him back, we don't even know what they look like yet, because we haven't even seen one of the starting wingbacks that the Cats have. So
now Trey was dressed out. He was leading the exercises, but I saw him. He was limping as he ran out. So his leg is still not healed.
Yeah, I don't think we'll end up seeing him tonight.
Nope.
So that's where we kind of get to tonight, but I figured I'd take just a minute and talk about this. Streator and Ottawa are going to renew the third oldest rivalry in the state of Illinois as far as football goes. Get this, Streator and Ottawa, okay, so they're going to play week 2 next year, 2020. They'll renew this rivalry. Get this, the first game played in that rivalry was in 1895. between
Yep.
Streator and Ottawa. And even more hilarious is the fact that no one knows what the score was.
No, they haven't got any records of what the score was.
No one kept track of the score, and then they really didn't start that rivalry big time until 1911, and then they played on again, off again until 1937. From 1937 until 2013, they played every year. Streator and Ottawa did.
One time twice, didn't they?
Yeah, actually twice. I think they said 84 and 85 or 83, 84. They played 2 times in the same year, both years.
Oh, wow.
So they'll renew that next year.
By the way,
I just like little things like that, little
if you're
historical
interested,
things.
Ottawa holds like the 58-38 lead and won and lost it.
Yeah, Ottawa, and they had a couple of strings of like 15 years in a row or something where they didn't lose a game. As of late, though, in the 2000s, Streator kind of started getting that back a little bit. So things like that, I love hearing things like that.
That's fun.
And Streator and Ottawa will renew that next year in 2020, which will be kind of interesting. In any case, we have a lot to talk about here in the pregame show. We're going to get to the interview with Coach Raints, make sure we get that in. And then when we come back from that interview, we'll talk about the top 10, some games going on tonight, and then the top 10 in the state of Illinois in all of our different classes, kind of get you caught up there too. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll hear from Coach Raints in just a moment. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Welcome back here at Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company. Joined once again by the head coach of the Wildcats, Mr. Jeff Raints. And boy, Coach, a couple of opening round games against some much larger opponents. You go to play the largest school, I believe, that you've ever played up in Oak Lawn last week. Dominate that game. Matter of fact, dominate the first 2 weeks and get to 2-0, and now you start conference play, and you have to be happy with where this group is.
No, I really am. I think they're probably a little bit ahead of schedule from what we thought they'd be, and to go and to play Evergreen Park and Oak Lawn, two bigger schools, good programs, and for us to come out on top like we have the last 2 weeks, I'm really proud of the kids.
Well, and then you have different guys stepping up. I know Trey has been kind of with that ankle, kind of going week to week here. So you had some guys step up there. And then not only that, but boy, special teams. Yeah. Man, is that really got kick-started?
It really has been, and our kids are doing a great job. Bobby Bolster does good with that. And, we blocked a punt Keaton did last week, so that was awesome to see. And so for our kids to come out and playing as hard as they do, I'm real proud of them right now.
Defensively, too, I mean, wow, the first 2 weeks you go up, you have Evergreen Park at home, and that was a shutout.
Yep.
Then you go on the road and effectively give up 13 points against Oak Lawn, and you got to be happy where that is, too.
No, I really am. We played a couple big spread teams, and we played some good athletes, too. And they've gotten us a couple times, but for the most part, we're real happy with where the kids are at and what they're doing. And I think it starts up front. I mean, I think Cam Holman, Hunter Doherty, Jaron Allen, Jake Rodewald at middle backer. We got a lot of guys, getting to the ball. I think our speed has shown the biggest thing. And so this week we could get a little more run. Could get a few more of the kids, them trying to run at us a little bit to see how good we are. So that'll be a good challenge for us also.
Well, it's a unique thing. I know Streator, the first time that we've been down there, and boy, that's another long trip in the opposite direction and kind of going out there in the middle of God's country.
Yeah, no, it really is, yeah.
And see how that goes on a Friday night.
No, we went an hour north this past week. We're going an hour south this week, and that's high school football these days. I mean, sometimes you got to do that, and at least it starts our conference play, and going down to Streator, which will be the first time I think we've been down to Streator to play, and so, kids are excited about it. We got to come and play well. I mean, Streator's going to give us a great shot, and, we got to be able to match that and do better than that. So I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Boy, looking at some of those scores the first few weeks, man, Coal City, that's got to be the real deal over there, looking at the first 2 weeks that they've had.
No, and you know what, and they're all the all the hype. They are all that. They got some great kids. They're part of a great class. They're playing with a lot of confidence, which they should after beating Morris and Bishop Mack. And a lot of people have said stuff to me, hey, the Coal City game. Well, we got a lot of football to play before then. So, but no, my hat's off to Coach Hutchins and the Coal City staff. They're doing a heck of a job.
At any time, I know somebody mentioned the other night at Catbackers about the high school lights thing, and you guys were kind of on there. And what struck me is that we always talk about what used to be the I-8 and now the ice or whatever it is that they're calling it now. The quality of teams that are in that. What struck me about watching that particular program on Friday was that I think it was 3 of the first 4 games that were shown on that, the highlights, were all teams that were either in the I-8 last year or are in it now.
Yeah, and it's a great league, and I don't think do we have anybody go 0-2 in the league? I don't think so. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Rick Custer won. Streator has 1 win. So what it tells you is in their non-conference games, people are winning, and so that just shows how good the kids are doing and how well it's going from the conference standpoint, how tough it is.
Lastly here tonight, injury-wise, I know Trey had something going on there, but maybe you can clear that up for us.
Yeah, no, he turned his ankle in that Evergreen Park game. We thought he might be back this week, but he's looking better than what he has been, but I don't think he's going to be ready to go come Friday. So, we got to be patient with that. We don't want to rush him too quick, and then he re-injures it. So my guess is he'll probably have to set out against Streator, but we'll check how he is on going into the game here and see how it goes.
We'll talk about where the ICE conference stands as far as statewide. Boy, there are teams all over the place in the ranking system. We'll get to that after this. You're listening once again to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred & Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred & Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred & Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred & Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred & Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
Wilmington and Streator about ready to get underway here tonight from Streator. Beautiful weather, temperature in the upper 60s, about 4 or 5 minutes away from opening kick here tonight. And we told you we'd go through the top 10 in all of our different classes and a bunch of ICE conference teams in here. But let's start in 8A. Lincoln Way East is still at number 1 in 8A. Minooka has now jumped up a spot from number 8 to number 7 in 8A. Good. And Bolingbrook, just up the street in 55, they're now number 8. In 8A. If you drop down to 6A, Providence is number 7 in the state. In 5A, Joliet Catholic is 0-2 and still number 9 in 5A. And then in 4A, oh, by the way, Kankakee also getting votes in 5A. In 4A, Coal City has been bumped up to number 3 in the state. Bishop McNamara is back there at number 5, of course, from Kankakee. Herscher is getting votes in 4A. In 3A, Wilmington has gone from number 5 all the way up to number 2 in the state. Not only that, Lisle is at number 4 in the state in 3A, and Piatone is getting votes. So when you look at the conference, Wilmington and Lisle are both ranked in the top 5 in 3A. Coal City is ranked in the top 5 in 4A, and Herscher and Piatone are both getting votes to be in the top 10.
Man, that's an amazing
That is
conference, isn't it?
unbelievable when you look at the ICE conference for this year. I mean, top to bottom. And Mantino ran with Morris for a while last week. Reed Custer got a win over at Dwight. I mean, everybody's kind of it's interesting. Interesting to see kind of how that plays out as this year rolls along. But a lot of ICE teams all over the place in the state.
It speaks well of the conference. The conference is very, very strong.
I believe they'll have the national anthem. We'll take one more break. We'll come back with opening kick here in just a few minutes. You've been listening to Wilmington Wildcats Weekly, brought to you by Breezer Construction Company.
The launching pad is back, and the kitchen is now open 7 days a week. The iconic Route 66 restaurant is now serving Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs, malts, shakes, and their famous dirt worm sundaes. During your stop at the launching pad, check out the Route 66 gift shop and get your picture taken with the Gemini Giant. Cruise on over to 810 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington and visit the launching pad today. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Well, the pregame clock is all the way down to 0 as we get set for Wilmington and Streator tonight. Both teams still waiting to take the field. Streator actually going to come through their big blow-up helmet in the end zone with their band and cheerleaders lining both sides all the way out to about the 40. And Wilmington at the same time will run from the opposite end zone. And as soon as that happens, we will get things underway here tonight. There is a lot of seating at this football field.
Yes, there is.
We got here today, I'm like, holy cow, there's the home side especially.
They got a band section, a student section, a season ticket section. Man.
So Wilmington and Streator about ready to get underway here tonight. The Bulldogs will be in their home red uniforms with white numbers, letters, and trim. Wilmington will be in the purple helmets, purple pants, and white jerseys tonight. As Streator won the toss, they deferred to the second half. So we'll see. I know Coach Reitz talked just moments ago that Trey Shaw more than likely would not play tonight. However, he is dressed out, and he went out for the captain's meeting. So I don't know if that's just letting him dress out and go through the motions, or if he's actually going to play here tonight. I personally would be kind of surprised.
Yeah, I really don't think so.
If Trey saw any minutes, but you never know. I think more than likely that will wait till next week or maybe even the week after at Lyle.
Yeah. He had a noticeable limp when he ran out, and that's not good to start on. I don't think he will. We'll find out.
By the way, around the area tonight, Herscher at 1-1 is at Coal City at 2-0. Lyle at 2-0 will be at 0-2 Mantino, although Mantino hung with Morris for a while. Reed Custer at 1-1 is at 2-0 Piatone. Rochelle at 0-2 is at 1-1 Morris. Trying to see if there's anything else on here. JCA is hosting Burbank St. Lawrence. JCA at 0-2 and St. Lawrence at 2-0. So some interesting games going on.
The teams that JCA had to play to lose 2 games and still be ranked where they're ranked.
Well, I can tell you one of them, Immaculate Conception. They lost to IC last week, and we've seen IC.
They're about one step below college.
My goodness, is that team something?
Yeah, there's nobody plays with them. I don't think there's anybody well.
So Greg Rashid, a 6'2", 150-pound senior to approach, kicking off right to left for Streator. As ball taken back at the 10-yard line across the 20, 25 across the 30, all the way out to the 35 goes Matt Sanchez on the return. and Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from there. Of course, for the Cats, Keaton Hopwood, the 6'1", 180-pound senior, will be the signal caller here tonight. A.J. Myers, the 6', 175-pound junior, will be at fullback. Jacob Rodewald at 5'10", 180 pounds, will be at one wingback tonight. And trying to get a look and see who the other wingback actually is that lines up out there. And it looks like it will be Cody Franzen on the far side, although I can't see for sure. So handoff will, nope. And there's a play-action pass in the first play of the night. Hopwood rolls the right side, looking downfield. Tries to keep it himself, and then is taken down at about the 32 or 33-yard line. So a loss of a couple on the first play of the game. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Good job by Streator to kind of sniff that out early.
Yeah, it was unusual for Wilmington to call a pass play. First play of the game, and Streator ready for it.
So again, Hunter Doherty way out there on the left side at tight end at 6'2", 275 pounds. Right next to him is Dave Schnittiger, 6'4", 300 pounds at that left tackle spot. Back to the double wing here. Handoff goes to Rodewald across the 35-40. Rodewald is gone.
Bye.
Inside the 40, 30, down to the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Wilmington.
Wow.
Jacob Rodewald, 67 yards off the left side, and the Cats are already up 6-0 with 11:31 to go in the opening quarter. Wow.
Boy, did that ignite things.
That, didn't take that long.
It sure didn't. Have I got him on the list?
You would, but you're on the Streator side.
Oh.
So back out to attempt the extra point is Alan Richards. Out of the hole of Kyle Humphreys. Good set, and the kick from Richards is good. And Wilmington leads at 7-0. 11:31 to go here in the opening quarter. Take a break, come back with more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Well, a 67-yard touchdown run from Jacob Rodewald. And Wilmington leads at 7-0, 11:31 to go in the first. And the odd part was the first play of the game was a play-action pass.
I was say, I was just thinking, we saw two plays. Both of them just kind of blew you out of your seat. First one was they called a pass play on the first down.
In fact, I was about half shocked out of my mind. I just thought they were going to hand the ball off, and I'll give Streator credit. In the first play, they were ready for that.
And then Rodewald comes running through there and found a little hole in the line, and off he went.
I mean, the second play, not so much, but the first play defensively for Streator was a good one. Well, now the Cats will kick off left to right. Alan Richards has it teed up at the 40. So Richards will approach here, and he'll kick it deep. So go back to about the 7-yard line, taken there by Latrell Teamer, trying to get right side. Has a whole lot of room across the 35 out near the 37-yard line, and that's where Streator will start 1st and 10.
They're still having trouble with those kickoffs, aren't they?
Jimmy Treadway, the 6'3", 210-pound senior, will do the signal calling tonight for Streator. I'll tell you this much about the Streator offense. They are not afraid to throw the football. Matter of fact, they have thrown the ball 56 times. Treadway is 28 of 56 for 327 yards, a couple of touchdowns and an interception. So they will put the ball in the air. Shotgun formation here. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. For Wilmington, across the front, it is Alan Richards, Cameron Holman, Hunter Doherty. And I was trying to see who was lining up on that far side there, but out of the shotgun, Treadway's pass is caught across the 45, out to midfield, down to the Wilmington 48-yard line. A gain of 15 yards on first down to Trevor Murphy, the 5'9", 165-pound junior. By the way, Murphy on the year, 2 receptions for 80 yards and a touchdown. 40-yard average is pretty good.
Not bad. He was wide open, too. There wasn't a person within 5-10 feet of him.
By the way, that's Jaron Allen on that left side for Wilmington on that defensive line. Handoff comes to the near side. That's going to go nowhere.
That was a double handoff.
To Dominic Hawes. I believe that's Sanchez and Jaron Allen combining on the stop. Bring up second down and 11 for the Bulldogs. 10:36 to go opening quarter. Wilmington leads at 7-0. Streator with the ball on the Wilmington 49 after a really nice opening pass play from Treadway to Murphy. Now 2 backs in the backfield with Treadway out of the shotgun. 2 receivers over to the near side. Treadway drops back to pass, fires down the near sideline, and that overshoots everybody. The pass was intended for Latrell Teamer. By the way, coming up limping is Kyle Humphreys, and that's not good.
Oh, boy.
Because Humphreys has been a very good defensive back for the Cats. He will have to cycle out, and into the lineup for Wilmington is Dan Sanders, the 5'10", 140-pound junior, who will have to take over some of those duties. Bring up third down and 11, and if you're Streator, you'd go right to that, wouldn't you?
That's what I would do.
Third down 11, and now they swing 2 receivers out to the far side out of the shotgun. Treadway with 1 running back to his right on third down and 11. Jimmy Treadway rolls right side, fires. That is caught inside the Wilmington 30, down to the 28. They did go right to the side that Sanders was on. And that will be a gain of 20 yards. And a first down for Streator. So 9:48 to go here opening quarter. Streator will have it first and 10 from the Wilmington 29. They've had no problems through the air so far. 2 receivers to the near side against Treadway out of the gun with 1 back to either side. Jimmy drops back, fires near side. That is incomplete. Overshot his intended receiver, A.J. Benning, at the Wilmington 25-yard line. It'll bring up second down and 10 for Streator.
Looks like he tried to put a little bit extra on it. When he did, it sailed it high out of his hand and went a good foot over the outstretched arms of his receiver, who was jumping up in the air and trying to bring it down.
Well, for Wilmington, there's no pressure, but you can't. Treadway's out of the shotgun, and he's getting rid of the ball in under 3 seconds. There's almost no way to get pressure on him. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, second down and 10 from the 29 of Wilmington. Treadway out of the gun, fires near side, caught inside the 25. Making a move inside the 20 is Riley McCurdy. He's all the way down inside the 10 to near the 8-yard line, and a first down for Streator. A gain of 21 more, and the Bulldogs will have it first and 10 from the Wilmington 8-yard line.
Wilmington had a tough time covering anybody. He was again wide open. Nobody was close to him.
And the problem here is that Wilmington needs pressure on the quarterback, but Treadway's getting rid of the ball so quickly.
He's taking a deep snap, and so he's ready to gun.
Handoff goes up the middle. I don't even know why you would bother with that if you're Streator, because that went nowhere. Maybe even lost a yard. As Dominic Hawes on the carry, it'll bring up Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. I mean, I understand every now and then to keep the defense honest, but I don't think Wilmington's all that worried about the run game. I think they're trying to solve the pass game. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Treadway out of the gun. Second down and goal from the 8. Treadway fires right side. That's caught inside the 5, and a touchdown is coming up here. It is. Touchdown for Streator. And is that Hawes? No, it's Trevor Murphy on the 8-yard touchdown reception. And it's 7-6 Wilmington with 8:24 to go in the first. And that was really, really easy.
Yeah, it was. Actually, for Wilmington, this is not a really great matchup because they're a passing team, and Wilmington's.
And we have a false start on Streator on the extra point. And for Wilmington, you got to find a way to defend that because, again, it's so quick.
Yeah.
Out of the shotgun that you have to come up as the corners, but then if they get a step by you, you have that to worry about.
I think he's passing the ball by no later than 2 seconds.
It's fast.
And, boy, it's just really quick.
Snaps a little high. The kick is good inside that left upright by Greg Rashid. And we're all tied up at 7 with 8:24 to go in the first quarter. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
All tied up at 7 with 8:24 to go in the opening quarter. Wilmington on the road at Streator tonight. Boy, it's been kind of an odd start to the year. The home game against Evergreen Park and then 2 real far away games. The hour-plus road trip up to Oak Lawn, another hour road trip down to Streator, and in 2 weeks, another hour road trip to Lyle in, 45 minutes. But with that traffic, might as well be 3 hours. And a line drive kick picked up at the 12-yard line by Sanchez across the 30, and Matt comes all the way out to the 34-yard line, and Wilmington will start there 1st and 10. Well, for the Cats, offensively, no problems. Defensively, some problems. Again, up front for Wilmington, Lucas Spangler, 6'3", 240-pound junior. We already talked about Schnittiger and Hunter Doherty to the outside. Cameron Holman at 6'2", 205. He's also a senior up front.
That passing game's going to have Coach scratching his head.
And Jaron Allen at 6'2", 212 pounds.
Yeah.
And Nate Gornick at 6'1", 200. Handoff comes near side. This is Cody Franzen, I do believe. Pushes ahead for 3, maybe 4 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 6 for Wilmington. By the way, I do apologize last week. It's so difficult for us to see, especially from how far away we were, the difference between 16 and 18. And apparently we weren't the only ones who thought that was 18. And we do our best each and every week, but every now and then we got something wrong. And we did.
We stayed with that number for that player the whole time. And oh boy.
I mean, it looked like it.
Yes, it did.
So pitch comes near side. There is nothing there. Franzen broke the initial tackle, but he's going to lose a ton all the way back to the 35. They're going to give him the 36, and that's being extremely generous. A loss of 2 yards in the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8. So for Streator up front, there's a lot to contend with. Patrick Rhodes, 5'10", 250-pound senior up there. Also Walter McClellan at 5'11", 225. He's just a sophomore. Jose Chavez, 6'2", 265 pounds on that defensive line. I mean, they got some big boys up front. 3rd down and 8. Double handoff. Rodewald trying to get the corner. He will across the 40, 45. Rodewald might go again. Inside the 30 to the 20, getting chased. 10, 5, touchdown Wilmington.
Did it again.
Or they say he's out of bounds. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the, oh boy, what is that? 3-yard line? Just inside the 5. And we have a hold way back here on Wilmington from the Streator 48.
Oh, my, that's a big penalty.
That's going to be close to a Wilmington first down, depending upon where they spot it. It's a hold right in the middle of the field, supposedly.
Well, you can't afford those kind of things. That's going to lend our coach more gray hair.
And it's not going to be enough for a first down once they mark off this yardage. It's going to end up being about a 7-yard run. Well, it depends on where they put it. That is that is not a good.
What is that?
That's not a good spot. If you look where the flag is, it's almost a full yard back from that, is it not?
It looks like it's wrong. I don't know.
I mean, if you're Wilmington, you'll take it.
So
It's a gain of 8 yards and a Wilmington first down, but honestly, that should have been about a full yard short of a first down. I mean, if you're going by where they threw the flag, which is typically where you go from.
Right. Yeah, it looked like it should
I don't
be
know.
back.
That's a huge break for the Cats. Although, who knows, maybe they go for it on 4th and a yard. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 44-yard line as a huge play called back for a penalty. Back to the double wing here for the Cats. Handoff goes to Jacob Rodewald, and that goes nowhere. Matter of fact, that's just blown up in the backfield.
Yeah, they moved the guy up, linebacker up, had him blitz between the guard and the tackle, and met Rodewald as soon as he caught the ball.
And I think that's Carter Spears, a 6'1", 190-pound senior, one of the captains for Streator. Bring up 2nd down and 13 for Wilmington from their own 41-yard line. 6 minutes to go opening quarter. This has not been a very good start for the Wildcats, other than the first drive of the game, which was fine. Defensively, it has not been good, and this second possession hasn't been all that great either. 2nd down and 13. Pitch comes near side. And Franzen will get maybe 4 yards out near the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and long for Wilmington, facing 3rd down and about 9.
Boy, and Streator is pulling everybody in the cook up on the line of scrimmage. I mean, there's the line, and in between each lineman is a back, defensive back. And they're expecting Wilmington to run. They have it packed in.
Approaching 5 minutes to go opening quarter. We're all tied up at 7. The number 2 team in the state in Wilmington on the road at Streator. Down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Hopwood under center, and they just get it off. Pitch goes right side to Rodewald. He's going to be across midfield inside the 45, down to the 40. He gets popped well out of bounds, and there's a flag late. And I mean, that was way out of bounds.
Yeah.
I mean, a good 4 or 5 seconds after he went out of bounds. A gain of 12 yards on the run for Rodewald, and another 15 on the personal foul. If you look where they put the ball, out at the 43,
yeah.
He got tackled at about the 35-yard line or so.
Yeah, he was out of bounds for quite a while when they hit him.
Of course, to be fair, if he's staying somewhere along that line and it's not real obvious, you would still come up and make the tackle anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, there's only about, 5 feet of grass out there, or maybe 10 at the most.
Yeah, I don't think there's more, probably more like 5, maybe, I don't know.
Well, the penalty helps the Cats out. It's down to the 27 of Streator. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from there. 4:44 to go in our opening quarter. Back to the double wing for Wilmington with Franzen and Rodewald. As handoff goes left side. Rodewald inside the 30, inside the 20. Finally tackled down around the 17-yard line. It's going to be enough for a Wilmington first down. Give them a gain of 11. And Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 as the ball just inside the 17-yard line.
Boy, Rodewald's got the ball 5 times out of the 9 carries. He's got 5 of them himself.
Well, hopefully, Coach Reentz and the Wilmington defensive unit have figured out something for when they come back out on the field.
I think Rodewald's right at 95 yards for the first half so far, for the first quarter.
Again, back to the double wing. 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 16 of Streator. 4:10 to go in the opening quarter. Handoff Rodewald inside the 15, inside the 10. Rodewald is going to go for a touchdown. 16-yard touchdown run for Jacob Rodewald, bouncing off some defenders. And Wilmington leads it 13-7 with 4:02 to go in the opening quarter. And really, so far tonight, that's the only thing that's worked.
That's it.
Is Jacob Rodewald. But, you know, if that's what works, keep going back to it.
He's right at 110, 111 yards for the first half already. So if he's going 111 yards in a quarter, you better just stay with him.
So Alan Richards on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Humphreys. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good as well. And Wilmington leads it now 14-7 with 4:02 to go in the quarter. Take a break. Back with more Cats football in a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955.
14-7 Wilmington. 4:02 to go opening quarter. So Jaron Allen, or make that Alan Richards. Got the Allens mixed up.
Yep.
Boy, that would really be something if Jaron Allen was kicking off. Alan Richards approaches, and with a short kick this time, comes down to the 20. It is dropped, and then covered up at the 25-yard line. Matt Sanchez came in looking to come up with the football as Dominic Hawes almost lost it.
Yeah, he dropped it and it rolled a few feet away from him, but he was right on top of it. So.
And in case you're joining us, a couple of interesting developments. One, Trey Shawn not playing tonight once again, as with that foot ankle injury. He did dress, did not play. And just as interesting now as this game's kind of gone along, Kyle Humphreys has not played defensively because he looks like he's banged up an ankle. So we'll see how that goes the rest of tonight. Handoff goes far side, and trying to cut it back up the middle is Trevor Murphy. Actually did a really nice job to get back to the line of scrimmage because he really should have lost about 5 yards. That was definitely the player that Coach Reentz said watch out for is Trevor Murphy, because he's got speed and he can break some tackles. He ended up almost gaining a yard. I guess you could give him a yard. That's actually a pretty impressive run considering what he had to do to get it.
And he was fighting his way out there. He broke loose from a couple people.
2 receivers to the near side. Out of the shotgun again is Treadway. Fires deep down the near sideline. That is incomplete. And that was a beautiful pass by Jimmy Treadway. Sanders was out there in coverage. It was intended for Latrell Teamer at the Wilmington 45-yard line. So, I mean, you're talking 35, 40 yards in the air, and that was on the money from Jimmy Treadway. It's just Latrell was trying to turn around and locate the ball and couldn't come up with it.
Actually, I think it went right between his hands. But
yeah, I don't think he ever saw it. I think he stuck his hands up, but I don't think he ever got his head around it.
It was there. If he'd have seen it, he'd have probably caught it.
That was actually a really nice pass.
And they've got to get somebody in there because, boy, he is really on the mark.
3rd down and 9 for Streator. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Treadway out of the shotgun with 1 back to his right. From the Streator 26, Jimmy drops back, fires near side, and that's incomplete, and there was nothing there. And Matt Sanchez was out there and kind of caught that. They tried to do almost a wide receiver screen back to the near side, but Sanchez had that caught. They ended up throwing it farther downfield than that, trying to hit Trevor Murphy, but it wasn't there. So Wilmington's defense holds.
And this is what you want. If you're a Wilmington fan, this is what you want. You want to have those 3 downs and out and get the ball and control the ball so that you can keep away from that offense that Streator has.
So punt upcoming here from the Streator 26. Good snap. And the kick here taken at the Wilmington 42 across the 45 and out to midfield. I believe that's Narine on the return. And that will set up the Cats with a relatively short field at the Streator 50. And I say Streator 50. Say, how in the world is that possible? Well, it's possible. Depending on how you look at it. But ball right at midfield. You could say the Wilmington 50, the Streator 50.
I call it the Wilmington 50, but
where that ball is right now, yeah, that's probably more accurate.
Was it on the left side of that?
Actually, technically, almost 49-yard line. I don't know. I guess the ball's probably touching the nose of it. Might be touching it.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 from midfield. You like that better?
Yes.
As under center goes Hopwood, drops back to pass, looks to far side, caught
open
by Hunter Doherty. Inside the 40, all the way down to the 35. Hunter, the 6'2", 275-pound tight end, catches that one.
Now, wait a minute.
A gain of, let's call it 14 yards officially in a Wilmington 1st down.
We're not going to have him on here, are we?
Yeah, you'll have to write him in. Just put 47 in there, and you can add that later.
Nice addition.
He's a big kid, but he can definitely catch the football. That's why they have him at that spot. So again, Nate Gornick at that center spot. Hopwood now under center. 1st and 10. Keaton drops back to pass. Fires near side. That's caught by Cam Holman.
Nice
down
catch.
to the 25 of Streator. And another 1st down on a gain of 11. Beautiful throw from Keaton Hopwood and a nice grab from Cam Holman. Give Wilmington a 1st and 10 from the 25 of Streator.
How many yards did he get?
Gain of 11.
11? That's 25 yards and 2 pass plays.
That's a couple of nice-looking throws from Keaton, too. By the way, Keaton on scholarship for baseball.
Keaton
I don't remember where that's Central Carolina? The Chanticleers. Is that Central Carolina?
You know.
Oh, boy. No, I got myself in trouble. Handoff goes left side. Jacob Rodewald, and
he ran into 2 guys right head on.
And he ended up running into 3 guys.
Be
a gain of a couple. Bring up 2nd down and 8 for Wilmington from the 23 of Streator.
They, instead of trying to penetrate, backed up for the pass kind of, and they were right in exactly where Jacob wanted to run.
So 2nd down and 8 from the 23, and Streator jumps off sides. That little stop motion from, I believe that was, who was on the outside? Cody Franzen? That wingback stop motion?
Yeah, it was Cody.
Coastal Carolina. I knew it was some sort of Carolina.
What, you just thought of that?
Something. For some reason, I can remember the mascot, but I couldn't remember if it was Central or Coastal.
And what's the mascot?
The Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
No wonder. There can't be 2 teams with that mascot.
I'm sure there is some NAIA program somewhere. Down to 40 seconds to go here in the first. Pitch back to Jacob Rodewald inside the 15, trying to slam ahead. I believe he's got another 1st down, but not without a little bit of difficulty.
Boy, he was fighting this for every inch of it, I'll tell you that.
Looks like a gain of 5 more, close to 6. It'll be a Wilmington 1st down with 21 seconds to go in the corner. And if you're Wilmington, you'll probably just let that first quarter roll right on out, although we'll keep it here just to be sure. But, well, now what's going on?
Somebody called a timeout.
Blew the play dead. I think it was because the chain gang in the far side didn't have anything officially set up, but it doesn't matter because it's going to bring it to the end of the quarter anyway.
Yeah, it is.
End of the first quarter, Wilmington leads at 14-7. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the Streator 12 when we come back after the break. You're listening to Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
Start of quarter number 2. Wilmington leads at 14-7. They'll have 1st and 10 from the Streator 12. By the way, we have the full team here tonight. Yeah, I mean, we got like a staff of people now keeping track of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We'll have the first check of that, by the way, coming up here at the half on our Pro Real Estate halftime show. One of the scores we're keeping an eye on is Oaklawn and Evergreen Park.
Yeah, they're playing each other.
First 2 opponents for Wilmington are playing each other tonight. That doesn't happen all that often.
I think I'd put my vote with Oaklawn.
I don't know. Yeah, well, maybe. I think they're about even. Pitch comes back. This is Franzen. Bangs ahead inside the 10. Not a whole lot there. A gain of a couple. Bring up 2nd down and 8 for Wilmington from the 10-yard line of Streator. I'll tell you one thing. The Bulldogs defensively have been pretty stingy other than giving up a couple of big plays.
Yeah, they're successfully making Wilmington work for everything they're getting.
The problem for Streator is that it only takes a big play every now and then, and that's, you can stop them 10 times in a row, but and for Streator, not a lot of numbers at the varsity level. I mean, it's, if you look at their sideline, talk more about that in a minute. 2nd down and 8 for Wilmington from the 10 of Streator. Pitch comes near side. This is Rodewald, gets around the end, and he's going to cruise into the end zone. I mean, that was really easy. Jacob Rodewald with a 10-yard touchdown run, and Wilmington now leads at 20-7. Man, he was just like on cruise control.
Boy, he just did that so smoothly.
There's a nice seal block on the outside, too. that kind of kept it open. That's why you like your outside guys to just stay there and block. But
did a nice job. He had the easy sailing on that left side.
By the way, speaking of Caden Humphreys, who we mentioned a lot last week, I believe he actually is the long snapper for Wilmington. So Humphreys, back to Humphreys, and then kick put through the uprights by Alan Richards. 11:10 to go in the half. 21-7 Wilmington. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
11:10 to go in the half. 21-7 is the lead for Wilmington. Alan Richards with it teed up at the 40, kicking off right to left. For Streator, you really need some points right here, or things could get ugly quick. Picked up at the 13, across the 25, out near the 28-yard line, and that's where Streator will start things up 1st and 10. I believe Streator only has, 25 guys in uniform?
Gotta be more than that, doesn't it? Maybe not.
I'm going to tell you something. I've been in a lot of places with a band. I don't think I've ever heard a band play as much as this band plays. And as loud. You'd think there's like 400 people in the band.
And that drummer hits every note. Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, it makes things interesting. Pass on the far sideline is knocked away by Keaton Hopwood at the 40 of Wilmington. The pass is intended for Trevor Murphy. A really nice pass play from Treadway. And actually, if I want to be real honest about it, Keaton Hopwood should have intercepted it.
Yeah,
he just didn't get turned around fast enough. And then it was almost caught by Murphy. Again, though, about 40 yards in the air from Jimmy Treadway, and I mean on the money.
And he has no problem getting it there, yeah. No problem at all.
The Bulldogs have some weapons. There's no doubt about it. It's just, can they convert? 2nd down and 10 for Streator from their own 28. 2 receivers to either side. Out of the gun, Treadway fires far side. That is caught across the 30, out near the 33. A gain of 4, maybe close to 5. Wilmington collapsed on that in a hurry, though. That pass caught by Riley McCurdy, a 5'10", 175-pound senior. A gain of 4, bring up 3rd down and 6.
That's his second pass catch. He's got a total 25 yards now.
Well, really, honestly, that's what Streator needs to do.
Oh, yeah.
4 or 5 yards at a time. I mean, that was successful the first drive. 2 receivers to the near side. Again, out of the shotgun is Treadway with one back to his right. 10-17 to go in the half. Treadway rolls to his right, looks downfield, fires, caught. Boy, what a nice grab out at the 43-yard line by Trevor Murphy. I mean, that was really good coverage from Matt Sanchez, but the pass was on the money, and Murphy with strong hands picks up about 14.
Their pass playing is really netting them a lot of yards.
Sorry about that. A gain of about 10 and a Streator 1st down. I was thinking all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for Streator from their own 42. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Treadway out of the gun, hands it off up the middle, and no dice. That is not going to happen. Riley Rinaldi just got absolutely swallowed up by Cam Holman.
They're going to be good to him, give him only a yard loss. I think he should have 2 yards loss.
And again, I'll go back to this for Streator. There's next to no point in running the football.
Not really.
I mean, Wilmington knows you're going to pass most of the time. You can tell they're not overly worried about the run game, and they can still stop it. So 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Treadway out of the shotgun here. 2nd down and 11 from the 41. Pass deep down the far sideline. That is caught, and this is going to go for a touchdown. I mean, that is a beautiful pass from Jimmy Treadway. Not only that, that's a nice play from Trevor Murphy. That is a 58-yard touchdown pass. And it's now 21-13. Man, that was
right on
awesome.
stride too, buddy. I tell you what, that was you couldn't see that any better pass in college.
Again, that's about 45 yards in the air, hitting Murphy on a dead run.
I mean, a dead run. He was flying.
And it was decent coverage. The kick missed, but there's going to be a roughing the kicker penalty. Sanchez tried to block it, and ended up getting the kicker. That's Greg Rashid. And I think what Coach Rink was saying is if that kick was deflected, then there shouldn't be a personal foul, but they're going to say it's not, that it's a roughing penalty. And for Streator, they're going to go for 2. Well, really, why not? The ball will be at the, 1.5?
So they're saying he didn't touch the ball.
It didn't look like it to me either. It just looked like it was a bad kick, and then Sanchez dove to try to get there, and he got there all right.
Yeah, about a half a second too late.
I'll tell you this for Wilmington. You couldn't have defended that much better, at least from a defensive back standpoint. I mean, he was step for step with, maybe one step behind or something.
I was going to say, he was about a step behind, and that's all I left him, but he hit him at that one step behind. He hit him right on.
I mean, at this level, that's good coverage.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, that was – you couldn't have just flown over there and dropped it in his hands any better, and he threw that ball.
Yeah, because they were running – both of them were running full tilt. I mean, he couldn't speed up and catch the ball in the air because they were already at full tilt. And that ball was right smack on the money. I mean,
I think we'll revisit your comment from last week when Oak Lawn started having some success through the air. You got to figure out some way to get pressure. You're going to have to figure it out. I know he's getting that one was not getting rid of it fast, though. Here's a handoff left side again. Spun back around the near side. And this is going to go in for 2, although honestly, that's all Riley McCurdy, because that never should have gotten anywhere near the goal line, and there's a reason it never should have. There was a block in the back on Streator. I'll go back to what I said before. For the Bulldogs, there really is no point in running the ball. I mean, that would have lost another 5 yards. Has there been any, look at Streator's rushing tonight, have they gained a yard?
Minus 1. No.
They've had 4 rushing attempts for minus 1 yard.
Right.
I mean, it's not going anywhere. It hasn't yet. And it wouldn't have there.
They hadn't had a block in the back.
And then they had a block in the back, which ended up springing up for a score. I mean, he was a good 5-yard loss. When you got Treadway throwing the ball like he is, and the weapons that you've got.
Why not just throw it for 2 points?
Just keep winging it.
Yeah. I mean, man, he is right on.
Until Wilmington can stop it. Well, now this is a long extra point. We're talking a 38-yard extra point. The snap is a little high, and this is not going to end well for Streator, as Carter Spears, who was trying to hold it, couldn't do a whole lot with that other than try to run with the ball. And that'll make it 21-13, the lead for Wilmington. 8:52 to go in the half, but we got ourselves a good ball game tonight. We'll take a break, come back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
The launching pad is back, and the kitchen is now open 7 days a week. The iconic Route 66 restaurant is now serving Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs, malts, shakes, and their famous dirtworm sundaes. During your stop at the launching pad, check out the Route 66 gift shop and get your picture taken with the Gemini Giant. Cruise on over to 810 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington and visit the launching pad today. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
8:52 to go here in our first half. 21-13 is the lead for Wilmington. Let's just say we haven't seen a whole lot of defense so far tonight. That kick goes into the end zone, and it will come back out as Matt Sanchez let it go all the way through the back of the end zone.
42.
Again, the offense for Wilmington hasn't been the problem. Stopping Streator on defense has been a large problem.
Very large problem.
So Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from their 20. And it can kind of throw out the window, too, the fast pass, he's not giving him enough time to rush the football and do whatever. That last time around, that was a good 4 or 5 seconds.
Yes, he had plenty of time.
And he just uncorked a 58-yard touchdown pass, and a good one. Handoff comes left side, big hole again. Across the 25 out to the 29-yard line goes Jacob Rodewald before he's finally flung to the ground. Be close to a first down, and it is a gain of 10 and a Wilmington first down. The problem for Streator becomes, can they stop Wilmington?
So far, no.
Unless, of course, Wilmington shoots themselves in the foot, penalties or turnovers or whatever, something like that. But as far as strictly being able to stop them, that hasn't happened yet. First down and 10 for the Cats from their own 30. 8:23 to go in the half. Handoff goes to Franzen across the 35 to the 40. Another good gain on first down. Give Cody 12 yards. And the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from their own 42.
He's done a nice job filling in, hasn't he?
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's done a very good job.
And that's something, again, you have to keep in mind tonight. Trey Shaw is not in.
He's not there.
And he would be playing both sides of the ball and be playing a key wingback spot.
Yes.
Also, Kyle Humphreys only played about 2 snaps defensively, and he's one of the mainstays at defensive back for the Cats, and that's been a little bit of a problem. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 42. Pitch back, banging ahead all the way out to midfield. Goes that run, a gain of 7 by Franzen once again. Bring up 2nd and 3 for Wilmington. And the Cats in absolutely no hurry tonight. They're chewing up all kinds of yardage. And the way the defense has been giving up on the passing game for the Cats, just hang on to the football.
They need to eat up that clock as much as they possibly can.
We said before, it doesn't really matter how you win as long as you win.
Yeah.
If you have to outscore the other team, so be it.
That's right. Sometimes you have to.
2nd and 3 for the Cats from just shy of midfield. Dropping back is Hopwood on the play action. Fires deep down the sideline, and that is incomplete.
Oh.
There's really not much out there. Actually, really good coverage on that play by Trevor Murphy. Bring up 3rd down and 3 for Wilmington.
Now, he threw that a long ways in
He
the air,
did.
too.
There was just nowhere to throw it to.
About 38 yards in the air, but there was nobody open. You're right. He just had to get rid of it. You don't think about Hopwood as being a passer, but he can pass.
I'm going to go back to something we've talked about in the past, and not now, but maybe next drive or two. I'd like to see a screen pass.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think you get a whole lot out of that, and Wilmington jumps off sides. And I mean, that wasn't close either.
The left.
I'm talking firing off the ball. I think that's Brad Stacy, and he was ready to go. The problem is no one else was. They'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
The left halfback was moving in, and he's trying to blitz in quickly, and I think that's what drew his attention. He's in it 2 plays in a row now.
Well, now, we go back to talking about stopping yourselves.
Yes, there's the problem.
And here it is.
'Cause the
3rd
running
down
game,
and 8 for Wilmington.
I'd say the ball's going to go to road wall because that's where the big yards
Still
is.
say screen pass. Here's a handoff, goes right side, and Cody Franzen breaks 2 tackles up the sideline, inside the 40, inside the 30. Franzen all the way down to the 15.
Wow.
That looked like not much there. He broke 2 tackles, took off up the sideline, and all the way down to the 11-yard line of Streator.
45?
45 yards for Cody Franzen. And it looked like he wasn't going to get the first down. It looked like he wasn't even going to come close.
You're right.
Boy, he broke 2 tackles and then took off.
And he's not a big fella. He's a small guy. But boy, he's done a fantastic job of running.
Again, can you overcome mistakes, penalties, things like that? 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 11. Pitch back to Sanchez. He'll bang inside the 10. Get down near the 9.
That's his first carry tonight.
That's a gain of 5 yards for Matt. Bring up 2nd and 5 for Wilmington from just inside the 10 of Streator. 5:45 to go in the half. Wilmington leading at 21-13.
Now the key to this game for Wilmington is hang on to the ball, get long drives, and score. You got to score because they're going to pass that ball down the field.
2nd down and 5. Again, Sanchez staying in. Pitch goes left side. Rodewald inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 2 before he's finally tripped up. Looked like Hayden Rathburn on the stop for Streator. It'll be 1st and goal for Wilmington from the 2. Again, the kind of offense that the Cats need, which is ball control, eat up clock.
Is that about how many yard run was that?
And I believe timeout to Streator. 5:01 to go in the half. Take a break. Back to more Cats football in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
Sure to join us on the halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate. About 5 minutes from now, we'll have your first half stats, get you set for the second half as well. We'll also have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred & Associates, including Oaklawn and Evergreen Park, who are playing each other tonight.
And I thought Coal City and their game would be a close fight.
It's not.
It's not.
Handoff goes to Sanchez inside the 5, and he's in for another touchdown for Wilmington. Matt Sanchez, 2-yard touchdown run. And the Cats now 27-13 with 5:01. Wasn't it 5:01 when they snapped the ball?
Oh, yeah. I think somebody didn't turn the clock on.
So Alan Richards on to attempt the extra point. 6'1", 188-pound sophomore.
Wilmington has had the ball 4 times and scored 4 touchdowns. That's what they need to do.
And this kick is good as well. 28-13 Wilmington. Take a break. Come back with more Cats football in a moment here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
28-13 is the lead for Wilmington. 5:01 to go in the half as Richards will tee it up here and will get back to it right to left for the Wilmington kickoff. There's a short kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 39-yard line.
That's different.
I guess Wilmington trying to mix it up a little bit, hoping to get Streator off guard. Well, the last couple of times out there, Mr. Treadway has thrown some bombs.
He sure has.
And he's been right on the money.
I tell you what, that guy is air-mailed the delivery boy.
Oh, I forgot to change the scoreboard here.
I think I moved it back to 38. All right.
1st and 10, Streator from their own 37-yard line. And one receiver in motion. Treadway rolls right, spins away, and gets away from a couple of defenders and finally dropped at the 40 after a gain of a couple. Cam Holman on the stop. Give him 3 yards to bring up 2nd and 7. Jimmy Treadway, you're saying, well, why can't they just tackle him? He's 6'3", 210 pounds.
Yeah, he's not a little fella. He's a good-sized guy.
He is a big individual.
He took a couple swipes that time and didn't go down.
So 2nd down and 7 upcoming here for Streator from their own 40-yard line as the clock continues to roll under 4:20 now to go in the half.
I believe he's been about as good as we've seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 receivers to the far side. Treadway drops back, fires far side. That's incomplete. Defender fell down. I believe that was Franzen out there. Pass is intended for Teamer, and of course the one time that Treadway doesn't hit him in stride is the one time that Teamer's standing wide open.
Well, he was wide open.
Of course, it could be that maybe he slipped too and kind of threw off the timing a little bit, but
and it might have been that he missed his route a little bit too. I don't know.
Could be. 3rd down and 7 here for Streator, and these are the kind of things though the Bulldogs have to do. They have to keep scoring. They need to score every drive the rest of the night in order to stay in this game. 2 receivers to the near side. Treadway out of the gun. 3rd down and 7 from the 40. Here's a blitz. Treadway's pass is caught out at the 49, almost to midfield. And guess who? Trevor Murphy. Nice pass from Treadway. Murphy again with strong hands. I mean, defenders right there trying to rip the ball away, but nothing doing. It's another 1st down for Streator to the Wilmington 49-yard line, just inside of midfield. Between those two, Treadway and Murphy, I have been thoroughly impressed so far tonight. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Treadway drops back, fires down the middle. That is knocked away, incomplete. Boy, want to talk about going up to get one. Is intended for Murphy at the 30. That is Matt Sanchez, who absolutely sold out to knock that ball away, and he came up slow. He's holding his left shoulder. I don't know. Wilmington can't afford
No, they can't
any
lose another
more
back.
injuries.
Another defensive back, they're really going to be in trouble. They're already down.
Looks like he's okay. Bring up 2nd and 10 for Streator. 3:40 to go in the half. Again, Jaron Allen, Hunter Doherty, Cam Holman up front for the Cats. Treadway out of the gun. Shots back again. Fires near side. That's broken up, incomplete. Wow, nice job by Alan Richards. Fought through the block, knocked it out of the hands of the intended receiver on the near side. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. That wouldn't have gone anywhere anyway, but just a really nice play from Richards.
Well, there's 2 defenders over there, and somehow he got to the ball.
Right along this sideline on the near side. And again, Streator right back where they were before at 3rd and long and needing to convert.
And this is where Wilmington needs to step up and get a stop.
Really, honestly, I mean, if you're Streator, it's 4-down territory most of the night. You have nothing to lose. Trips receivers to the far side. Treadway out of the shotgun here. 3rd and 10 from midfield. Drops back, and he is sacked. Back at the 40-yard line.
Wow.
Cam Holman will drop Treadway for a 10-yard loss. And Streator will have to punt it away from their own 40 on 4th and 20.
He rotated a little bit.
Is there a penalty flag down?
I thought I knew it. But
I think they call holding on a woman. There was almost no time to have a hold.
oh, come on. He didn't even get back to set up.
He couldn't have even looked downfield.
No, he didn't have a chance to. He never turned around.
Well, how does that work? They call holding and then move the ball back to the original line of scrimmage?
So it had to be holding in the backfield. How can he be holding? He was the one rushing the pass there.
Well, not only that, if it's defensive holding, wouldn't you mark it from where that makes no sense to me. But in any case, it'll be 3rd and 10 again for Streator somehow from midfield.
That's unbelievable.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
So 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. And now we have everything blown dead here. I agree with the Streator coach. There's no way this ball could be at midfield, could it? If it's defensive holding, it's got to be. It wouldn't come back from the 40. They're trying. Timeout to Streator. And the Streator. The Streator coach is standing over here shaking his head.
First place, how in the world could they call holding?
That's Brian Hassett, by the way, who's over here just shaking his head going, what? Explain that one again. And now the officials are going to talk again. I'm sorry. That makes absolutely no sense.
First place. I mean, they were charging the passer, so they didn't have time to stand in holding body.
Well, not only that, though, if it's holding during the play, then it would be from the original
which would be
line of scrimmage. It wouldn't be from the end of the play back here.
Which would be a first down. I'd like to hear the explanation.
I
for
would
that.
love to hear that.
Wouldn't you?
I really would, because the coaches for Streator are still over here going, what in the world is happening? Literally the entire coaching staff for Streator is standing over here shaking their heads going, what? Well, whatever all that was, it's now third down and...
So the 10-yard sack is wiped out. Now we're back to the...
It's just back to third and 10 again. So third and 10 for Streator. Let's get back to football after all that. Treadway fires over the middle, incomplete. Wow. And there is a shot from Jacob Rodewald to Trevor Murphy. I mean, laid him out at the Wilmington 37. It went off the hands of Murphy, and then he paid the price. So it'll still be 4th and 10 for Streator.
You know, you're getting out there and you're in the enemy territory and you're taking the ball to them. You're going to expect some of those hits.
That's the one time where you'd like to have like an on-field mic down there somewhere.
Yeah,
Can you explain that to me, please? Because
we're going to have to ask Coach about this.
I must have missed something there. Had to have. Here's the kick. There is a beautiful punt down to the Wilmington 20, across the 25, out to the 30, near the 32-yard line goes Narine, and Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from there. .257 to go in the half. It's 28-13. The officials, by the way, are still talking about that last play, I think.
Well, that's got everybody completely baffled.
Well, and I mean, maybe what they called is different from what he signaled, which is it is a possibility. Maybe the penalty was different than what. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, it didn't seem like
I'm
it
ready to
possibly
throw that
hold
one out the window. All right, 2:57 to go in the half. Wilmington has it from their own 32, 1st and 10. There's a double handoff. This is Franzen all the way out to near midfield. Out to the 48, maybe the 49. That's a gain of 16 yards and a first down off the Cody Franzen run.
That guy's going to have a good first half. Keeps us up.
Come on kind of late, too.
Yeah, the first 3 times he had 4, -2, 4, 2, and then 12, 7, 45, 16.
Handoff comes near side. Jacob Ronewald breaks a tackle inside the 40. Ronewald off to the races again, and finally tackled inside the 20 down near the 15. Latrell Teamer tracks him down. A gain of 36 yards and a Wilmington first down. Boy, the Cats tonight, it just kind of banged away and banged away and banged away. I'll tell you what, Streator overall came to play tonight.
Yes, they did. Oh, they certainly did do that.
Top to bottom, I don't know if they have enough talent to beat Wilmington all over the place, but man, they have just come ready to go. Franzen off the right side, gets a couple of yards. Bring up 2nd down and 8. Not saying that there isn't talented guys out there. My goodness, Jimmy Treadway and Trevor Murphy has been ridiculous.
Oh, they're excellent.
And there are plenty of guys out there that can play, but just kind of the top to bottom thing, after a while, if you're beaten away, start chipping away at that rock a little bit. 2nd and 8. And that's the kind of thing right there you can't have happen. Keaton Hopwood fumbled the football, and it ended up in the hands of Streator. And they sold. The Bulldogs ended up with the football, and no one ever blew a whistle. And all the way into the end zone now goes Ian Kurdzalik. And really what happened is Keaton Hopwood fumbled the snap and then didn't really dive on top of the football.
No,
he
tried to pick it up.
Gather it back up. And the officials, once again, I don't think they have any clue what just happened. Now they're saying it's Streator football, but they didn't even know they had it. I mean, there was no. They didn't even realize that the football wasn't in the middle of the pile.
No, well,
I don't know. That was interesting.
Oh, boy.
I mean, no matter what happened there, Streator had the ball at some point. Now, I don't know if that should have been blown dead way before then or not. Who knows? There was a massive humanity, and then no one blows a whistle on anything until Streator's running into the end zone.
That was a key play. He didn't jump on the ball. We got just 1 minute left. Another score.
1:13 to go in the half. Split off to both sides, and absolutely getting destroyed on the near sideline was Teamer as he got run over by Keaton Hopwood, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. 1:09 to go in the half.
Oh, there's a mosquito over here.
There have been some interesting things in the first half of this game.
Oh, there certainly have been that. Well.
2nd down and 10 for Streator. I almost said Ottawa. They remind me so much of them with the red and white. Handoff goes left side, a gain of 7, maybe 8. As Murphy picks up about 7, close to 8 yards. Of course, Wilmington are fine with that going on. Bring up 3rd down and 2. And Streator appears content with letting this run out. Now what? So now the officials can't seem to figure out what's going on here at 3rd down and 2. Or 3rd down and 3.
Well, what's so confusing about that now?
I don't know. This has been the second half of this second quarter. I really don't like talking about officials that much. It's a hard job. They're desperately trying to get people to do it, so I really try not to harp on it too much. But now they're going to wind the clock. I don't know why it was stopped really to begin with, but
we're going to get the play. Oh, no.
Now they reset and put it back to 25. In any case, 20 seconds to go in the half. 3rd down and 2 from the Streator 23-yard line. And Bulldogs letting this clock run. Handoff comes back up the middle. Relatively big hole, but again, Wilmington fine with that. With 1 second to go in the half as the run by Riley Rinaldi, as he'll pick up 17 yards or so. And now a timeout to Streator with 1 second to go in the half. This has been a very bizarre 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's certainly been that.
Well, no matter what here, Streator will have one more shot. 1.2 seconds to go in the half. It's 28-13, the lead for Wilmington. The Cats just want to get out of the first half and regroup a little bit at halftime.
Boy, that fumble right there with 3 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, because Wilmington would have easily been up by 3 scores.
3 scores and would run out, just about run out the clock or close to.
But again, that goes back to something we talked about earlier. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot. You can't have penalties. You can't have turnovers. And that's exactly what Wilmington did toward the end of the half.
He committed a cardinal sin. He didn't jump on the ball.
Just
he tried to pick it up.
Just get on it. All right, so one more play here in the half, barring something like pass interference, which the way this night has gone, who knows. And it'll be from the 38-yard line of Streator. Pass deep down the near sideline, and that is actually intercepted by Keaton Hopwood at the 13. It was almost caught by Murphy. It bounced out of his hands, and Hopwood ended up with it. So at the end of the half, we'll have the turnover, and that will do it for the first half of play. I think somewhere in there, by the way, was a holding penalty. I don't know what. Okay. Well, welcome into the halftime show. Brought to you by Pro Real Estate. Oh, my goodness. They're still having a meeting. The Streator coaching staff and the officials are literally having a meeting in the middle of the field. I think they're still trying to figure out what happened. I don't know if there's an answer, quite honestly. 28-13 is the lead for Wilmington. Welcome into the halftime show brought to you by Pro Real Estate. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get to your first half stats. We'll also have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk, Allred, and Associates. We'll do that in just a little bit. You're listening to Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington, and you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916. Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900.
Heroin. I am Matt Baskerville. As a funeral director in Will County, I can tell you firsthand that I have seen results of heroin overdose.
Plainfield Shorewood, 4 dead. Lockport, 5 dead. I am Reagan Freitag. As Wilmington's local prosecutor and Will County board member, I can tell you I have seen the trouble and hardships of addictions.
Frankfort, Mokina, New Lenox, 6 dead. Bolingbrook, Romeoville, 6 dead. In Wilmington and Braidwood, heroin equals death or arrest.
Wilmington, Braidwood, 8 dead. Thanks to efforts of our local police departments, that number has dropped from 8 deaths in 2015 to 2 deaths so far in 2016.
If your family, your friend, or you are suffering from heroin addiction, there is help. Please call 815-476-1660 for more information.
Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk, Allred, and Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred and Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred and Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred and Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
This is the Halftime Show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net or at 815-476-7916. Wilmington leads at 28-13 at the half. Interesting first half, a very interesting last 5 minutes of the first half. I'm still trying to figure out a few things there. I think the Streator coaching staff is too, but in any case, Wilmington leads at 28-13. Your first half totals. First off, for Streator rushing the football, Jimmy Treadway has one rushing attempt for 3 yards. Riley Rinaldi ran the ball twice for 16 yards. Dominic Hawes, 2 rushing attempts for -1 yard. And Trevor Murphy, 2 rushing attempts for 9 yards. All in all, 7 rushing attempts for 27 yards. But honestly, all 27 yards were on the last drive when there was a minute in the clock, and Wilmington was perfectly fine with giving up rushing yards. Outside of that, Streator got nothing on the ground and probably wouldn't have anyway without that. So through the air, now that's where all the damage happened. Jimmy Treadway, 7 of 17 for 147 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception as well. Riley McCurdy, 2 receptions for 25 yards. Trevor Murphy did all the damage, basically. 6 receptions, 122 yards, and a touchdown. Also 1 interception for Jimmy Treadway as well. So I add it all up, 174 yards of offense for Streator in the first half. For Wilmington, rushing the football, Keaton Hopwood, 1 rushing attempt for -2 yards. Matt Sanchez, 2 carries for 7 yards and a touchdown. Cody Franzen, 9 carries for 90 yards. Jacob Rodewald, get this, 12 carries, 184 yards, and 3 touchdowns. My goodness. Through the air, Keaton Hopwood's 2 of 3 for 25 yards. Hunter Doherty, 1 reception for 14 yards. Cam Holman with 1 reception for 11 yards. Add it all up, Wilmington 24 rushing attempts, 279 yards rushing in the first half. 2 out of 3 passing for 25 yards, 304 yards of offense for Wilmington in the first half.
Yeah.
The problem is that this is still a close game.
Yes. That interception or that fumble right down the 14-yard line with time running out in the first half, boy, that changed the complexion a lot there for a while.
All right, at the half, Wilmington leads at 28-13. We'll take a break, come back with a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. We'll do that in just a moment. You're listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by Pro Real Estate here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
The launching pad is back, and the kitchen is now open 7 days a week. The iconic Route 66 restaurant is now serving Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs, malts, shakes, and their famous Dirtworm sundaes. During your stop at the launching pad, check out the Route 66 gift shop and get your picture taken with the Gemini Giant. Cruise on over to 810 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington and visit the launching pad today. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Back on the Halftime Show brought to you by Pro Real Estate at pro-homes.net and 815-476-7916. About 9 minutes away from kickoff here in the second half. Wilmington leading at 28-13. Bunch of scores from around the area. The full IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. Let's start in the ice. Piatone leads Reed Custer 24-8. So get this. We said Herscher's getting some votes, and some things. Maybe that'll be a good game with Coal City tonight.
I thought maybe it might be fairly close.
Wrong. It is 42-0. Coal City leads Herscher. Lyle 22, Mantino 21. Ooh, so a good game there. Mantino a little bit better than we thought. That's all the ice scores. Now from the rest of the area, let's go to the far south and west suburbs, shall we? Let's start with the Morris Redskins. They lead Rochelle 20-7 in a battle of a couple of 1-1 teams. The Seneca Fighting Irish and Dwight renewing a rivalry there. They're tied at 0. Plano leads Ottawa 7-0. Sandwich and LaSalle Peru are scoreless. It's Yorkville 14, Plainfield Central nothing. Plainfield North leads Romeoville 35-0 is the score over there.
My question about that.
Yeah, it's not going well for the Spartans. Plainfield East and Manuka are tied up at 14. That's a good one over there. Oswego 21, Plainfield South nothing. It's Oswego East 7, Joliet West nothing. West Aurora leads Joliet Central 20-0. It's St. Lawrence 27, Joliet Catholic 18. Kankakee leads Thornwood 20-12. Aurora Christian leads Aurora Central Catholic 2-0. So 2-0 score there. Pekin 14, Dunlap 13. These are finals. The Trinity Shamrocks from Louisville beat Wabanzi Valley 60-6.
Oh my. Wow, what a night.
Crete Moniz 66, Rich South nothing. Yikes. Oh. Okay, let's go over to central and west suburbs. It is at halftime. Lincoln Way Central and Lockport tied at 0. Lincoln Way West 14, Sandburg nothing. Lincoln Way East 42, Bradley Bourbonnais nothing. Of course, Lincoln Way East number 1 in 8A for a reason. It's Providence 14, Brother Rice 9. Homewood Flossmoor 21-7 over Andrew. Tinley Park 28, Oak Forest 14. By the way, Tinley Park, the team the Piatone played the other night, they're laying it to Oak Forest. It's Bolingbrook and Stagg tied at 0. Lamont 3, Thornwood South nothing. East St. Louis leads Neuqua Valley 30-28. And Bremen and Thornwood North tied at 0. So once again, back to the ice real quick. Piatone leads Reed Custer 24-8. Coal City 42, Herscher nothing. And Lyle leads Mantino 22-21. Oh my goodness. The world's going on. All right. Here's some more. Wheaton North 14, St. Charles North 7, South Elgin 14, Elgin 0. Maine South and Fremd are tied at 14. Maine West 7, Hoffman Estates 7. It's Hershey 55-0 over Maine East. Palatine 17, Evanston nothing. IC leads Wheaton 31-0. IC all over Wheaton. Hinsdale Central and Hinsdale South tied at 0. It's Barrington 7, New Trier nothing. Marion Central Catholic leads Marion 14-0. Glenbrook North and Wheeling tied at 0. Conant 7, Glenbrook South nothing. It's Prospect 35-0 over Niles West. Schaumburg leads Niles North 21-6. Glenbard East 14, West Chicago 8. Bartlett leads Glenbard South 14-0. Glenbard North and St. Charles East are tied at 0. It's Buffalo Grove 21, Highland Park 7. Batavia 35, Lake Park nothing. Westmont and St. Francis are tied at 0. Fieldcrest 34, Tremont 7. What in the... The list gets more ridiculous every week. It's Sparta 24, Frankfurt 19. Carmel leads Montini 14-7. Marist 7, Notre Dame nothing. Addison Trail and Proviso East tied at 0. Newman Central Catholic 13, Kewanee 12. It's St. Ignatius 7-6 over Bennett. Deerfield and Rolling Meadows tied at 0. St. Joseph and St. Viator tied at 0. Sycamore 21-0 over Caneland. It's Hillcrest 21, Richard 17. St. Joseph Ogden leads Central 12-0. It's Oak Park 7, Lions 6. Watseka 21-0 over Momence. Bishop McNamara rebounding from Coal City last week, 28-7 over Riverside Brookfield, right down the street from the zoo. It's Wheaton Warrenville South 10, Geneva 3. Evergreen Park and Oak Lawn, remember that score?
Yes.
Zeros between Evergreen Park and Oak Lawn.
Oh.
It's Downers Grove South 9, Willowbrook 3. Downers Grove North trails York 21-14. It's Matea Valley trailing Belleville East 17-14. East Aurora 8, Larkin 7. Another final has Perry 35-13 over Naperville North. It's Naperville Central trailing Pickerington? Is that right? Pickerington Central 49-28 over Naperville Central. And Moline leads Rock Island 7-6. Now, when I tell you that we have a full check of everything,
We have a full check.
the list has gotten increasingly more ridiculous. But, yes, if there's a score in the state of Illinois somewhere, we probably have it. All right, we're going to see if we can find an update on Evergreen Park and Oak Lawn. I'm kind of interested in that one. Just go back to the ice real quick. Coal City's blowing out Herscher.
I expect the Coal City to win that.
Piatone is blowing out Reed Custer, and Lyle leads Mantino 22-21. So, and then, of course, Wilmington and Streator here in the ice.
Was Lyle and Mantino, were they at Lyle or at Mantino?
I don't know. I think it's at Mantino.
It's hard to play at Lyle, I'll tell you that.
28-13 is the lead for Wilmington at the half. We'll take a break, come back with more Cats football in just a little bit. By the way, we'll have another full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates and the postgame show in just a little bit, the end of tonight's game. Back with third quarter football in just a little bit. This is Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
What's up, man? Good to see you're here. Do you want a beer?
No thanks, I don't drink.
Oh, come on, relax. Have some fun. Everyone else is drinking.
We have a lot to do tomorrow, and I can't be all hungover from drinking.
Yeah, I'm having enough trouble with school and sports and clubs and so much stuff.
I don't have time to be worrying about if I got caught drunk.
Come on, man. This will help relax your mind and worries, and you'll have a good time.
Oh, man, cops. Run. We better book it out of here.
I'm so glad we weren't stupid and didn't drink. I know, right?
The Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community is committed and proud to bring programs and resources to help area residents. Our mission is to build a safe, productive, and substance-free community through these programs. The issues and problems that come with alcohol and drug abuse are very real, and the effects can be devastating. If you or anyone you know is in need of help, please call 815-476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with Sebring Goodman Teen Institute, ONDCP, and SAMHSA.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818.
28-13 is the lead for Wilmington here at the start of the third quarter. And by the way, Streator will have the football. And that's why it was so important at the end of the first half for Wilmington to get another score and get it up to 3 scores, because now if Streator gets the ball and scores, it's back to a one-possession game again.
Yeah, and they've proved they can go down the field very, very quickly. So It always makes me nervous when Wilmington plays a passing team because they always seem to have a little bit of trouble with that pass defense. Well, Wilmington getting ready to kick off. Here we go, starting in the third quarter.
So Alan Richards to approach here, kicking off right to left. And this kick shorter, bounces at the 25, kicks sideways inside the 20, down to the 23, and finally covered up there. And Streator will have it a 1st and 10. Now for Wilmington, do they have an answer defensively?
Well, Wilmington's certainly hoping so, but boy, I tell you what, Streator has really been able to move the ball.
Now the last time out, Treadway missed a couple of receivers. And then we had the strange sack/holding penalty thing. And I don't think anybody ever figured out.
Nope.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Streator from their own 22, going left to right. 2 receivers to either side. Handoff goes up the middle. And again, let's revisit this. Would you like to rewind the tape from the first half?
Do not.
Because guess where that went?
Lost a yard.
Exactly. So Riley Rinaldi loses a yard, maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well,
and don't take the couple of carries at the end of the half as any sign, because Wilmington is willing to give up yards.
Yeah, they got 17 yards there at that the first half there when they were playing back. And just
to me, it's taken away from possible throwing downs. And the way Treadway's been throwing the football. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near, out of the shotgun. Jimmy fires far side. That's caught out across the 30, near the 35-yard line. It'll be enough for a 1st down off a gain of 13 yards. And I believe that was Latrell Teamer on the outside. The 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 34-yard line.
Did you say 11-yard?
Yeah, about 12. It's really hard to tell until they really set the ball down because it tends to move.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
1 receiver in motion from the far side, jet sweep. Now that might be effective. Over the near side, nope, there's a penalty flag down. It would have gained about 4 yards, but there is a hold on Streator, and that will back it up. So that will back it up from the 32-yard line all the way back to the 22, and it'll bring up 1st down and long for Streator. And again, you're passing the football at a pretty good clip. And all the running the ball's doing is losing yards and getting no gain. So Treadway fires deep down the sideline, and this is intercepted by Keaton Hopwood. Now, he should have had a pick earlier, too, and does pick that one down to the Streator 36-yard line. Treadway got a little bit too much under it, and Keaton, the earlier one, he probably should have had, and it bounced off his hands as he turned around a little late and then was almost caught. That one Keaton does pick off. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Wilmington from their own 37, close to the 38.
Yeah, that was a long ways in the air. He just got a little under it.
A little bit under, and Keaton had really good coverage, too.
Yeah, Keaton was right on the play.
I mean, I think those short pass plays, those 5, 10-yarders, Wilmington has not stopped that all night. Other than when Treadway's just missed somebody.
Right.
But other than that, they haven't really stopped it. 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 38. Handoff goes right side. Franzen, big hole across the 45. Midfield, Cody still going all the way down to the 43 of Streator. A gain of 19 yards. And a Wilmington first down.
Boy, Cody, man, he has just done an awesome job.
And if you look at those guys, Cody Franzen is just a junior. Trey Shaw is also just a junior.
Cody Franzen is 5'11", 140 pounds.
And by the way, A.J. Myers is also a junior.
Wow.
That would be your whole offensive backfield for next year. Pretty young, really. Handoff right side. This is Franzen again. Gets down inside the 40, a gain of 3, close to 4.
Boy, he doesn't run like a 140-pounder, does he?
No. Bring up second down and 7.
I mean, he's awesome.
Really, the two seniors out there are Keaton Hopwood, which of course is a big piece to everything, and Jacob Rodewald.
That's a big
piece.
At
least at those, those back positions. By the way, Matt Sanchez, who just came in too, another one of those wingbacks, he's a junior.
Wow.
And a timeout to Wilmington. That play clock got all the way down to 3 seconds, as they're really taking a long time getting everybody back in, and Coach Southall is not happy. 8:52 to go in the third. 28-13 is the lead for Wilmington. Back with more Cats football in a moment.
For more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reentz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
(28-13), the lead for Wilmington. Will have it 2nd and 7 from the 40 of Streator. By the way, that Cool City score is now a final at 42-0 over Herscher. Pitch back to Sanchez, gets right side inside the 40, following his blockers inside the 35. There's another flag. This officiating crew has really gone nuts on the flags, but they'll call a hold against the Cats.
Oh boy.
So that'll back things up. All the way back out to the 49 of Streator. And it'll be 2nd down and call it 17. Again, I said earlier, rewind the tape about the running game. Rewind the tape about this, too. Penalties and turnovers.
Boy, this is bad.
Just
the last
gotta
2 times
stay
they've
away
had the
from
ball.
8:30 to go in the third. Back to the double wing. Hopwood under center. In motion, Sanchez. Keaton jots back to pass. He's pressured. Two-hand shoves it ahead. That is incomplete. Actually, Keaton did a really good job of even getting the ball off. He had 2 guys standing right in front of him. And by the way, that would have been the screen pass to A.J. Myers. It's just they let him in so fast that Keaton couldn't turn around and get the ball back off. I mean, you want him to get in a little bit, but
you do have to slow him down a little.
You have to be able to turn around and look at somebody. And it was set up to work. Just couldn't get the ball off entirely.
The ball.
3rd down and 17.
Oh, man.
As back to the double wing here. Hopwood under center, takes the snap, hands it off left side. Rodewald trying to get the corner. Inside the 45, down to the 40. As he'll stretch it out for a gain of about 9 more. And it will bring up 4th down and 7. And Wilmington's going to be forced to punt. And again, you don't want to be living in this area if you're the Cats. And the problem for Wilmington is they just have not been able to put Streator away.
And mostly their own fault.
A lot of it has been, yes.
Penalties and losing fumbles.
Well, Wilmington lining up here, but of course they always do when they get ready to punt. was a half a snap on Humphreys. Well, I'm not really sure. In any case. So it'll bring up 4th down and let's call it 12 now from the 45 of Streator. Again, that's not really a killer. It's just one that isn't really necessary. So A.J. Myers will get set to punt it away. The snap goes over A.J.'s head. He still has time. And he'll get the kick away in a line drive. And what a beautiful kick by A.J. Myers. All the way down to the 26. He had to punt that from his own 25-yard line.
That was amazing.
Boy, what presence of mind by A.J. The snap went all the way over his head, went about 25 yards up the field. He just picked it up, turned around, and calmly kicked it. And again, for Wilmington, there's
too many mistakes.
There are a lot of mistakes. And it is still relatively early in the year, but now we have another penalty flag.
Oh, my. Let's not get into this now.
What is this for? Literally nothing's happened.
Are they just...
I don't know I'm at the point now where... And the problem is they have to have now they're waving the flag off.
That's the best thing they've done in a while.
Okay. 1st and 10 for Streator from their own 26-yard line.
Oh, boy.
Okay. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 back to the near. Treadway out of the shotgun here with 1 back to his right. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Streator from their own 26. Again, a handoff, and guess what? A loss of about 5 yards. I'm really struggling with that. So that would be Riley Rinaldi, who loses about 4 more.
He's carried the ball 4 times, 3 times for losses.
Well, and the one time that he didn't was the end of the half when they were
got back.
Yeah, just giving up yards. Yeah, so to bring up 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, he had that 117-yard run at the end of the half there. Other than that, it's -1, -1, -4.
So let's see what Treadway and this offense can do here in a little bit of a hole. 2nd down and close to 14. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Jimmy drops back, fires near side. That's caught across the 30, 35, 40, and all the way out to the 42 before Narine finally makes the tackle. A gain of 21 and a Streator 1st down. And again, for the Bulldogs, that's all you got to do.
Ooh, who caught the 82?
Yes, I don't have an 82, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
not
know
in
who
the
82
in
is.
the roster. 2 receivers to either side. 1st and 10 for Streator from their own 41. Treadway out of the shotgun, hands it off up the middle. And this will be a gain of maybe 2 or 3. That's Trevor Murphy. And if you're going to run the ball with anyone, he would be your guy. Bring up 2nd down and 7, close to 8. Streator has it from their own 44. Again, 2 receivers to either side. Treadway out of the shotgun here. Wilmington looks like they might send 4 on 2nd and 7, and Streator has to take a timeout.
No, they ran the clock down too far.
4:56 to go in the 3rd. We'll take a break. Back with more in a moment. You're listening to Cats Football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Teresa's Family Styling Salon in Wilmington is an all-ages salon that will style your hair for that special look. They offer cuts, perms, and coloring for any fashion. They also carry Paul Mitchell and Brocato products. Teresa's Family Styling Salon is located in the Southgate Plaza in Wilmington. And you can call for an appointment at 815-476-1955. That's 815-476-1955. Pro Real Estate is a family-owned business established in 1983. Its staff and sales agents work in all areas of real estate sales, from first-time homebuyers to experienced investors. Located at 506 South Water Street in Wilmington, clients are welcome to stop by to discuss their real estate needs or visit our website at pro-homes.net. For a private consultation, contact us at 815-476-7916.
A 56-yard touchdown pass from Treadway to Trevor Murphy. And I mean, that thing was on a rope in the double coverage and hit Murphy in stride, and he cruised into the end zone.
Untouched.
I'm telling you, I've seen two passes tonight that have been unbelievable at the high school level.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time you see somebody throw the ball like that 45 yards downfield multiple times in a high school game?
And hit the guy right in stride.
Well, now Wilmington finds themselves in a little bit of trouble. 28-19, Treadway drops back, fires into the end zone. That's caught again. Another two-point conversion makes it 28-21, and Streator's back to within 7. I'm telling you, Wilmington's got to get something going or they're going to be in deep trouble, because Streator has been throwing the ball all over the field, and that was a beautiful pass. They snapped the ball almost immediately after getting up to the line of scrimmage. Double coverage on the near side, and Murphy just cruising to the – I mean, he hit him on a dead stride. That pass was thrown from about the Streator maybe 40-yard line, and it hit Murphy in stride inside the Wilmington 20 on a dead run. I mean, that's two remarkable passes.
Oh, yeah, that's just that's just execution, boy. Sometimes you have to back off and just give a guy credit.
I'm telling you. And again, not terrible coverage. I mean, could it have been a little better? Yeah, it could have been a little better. But for most nights, that's good coverage. It's just, wow. And if you hit Murphy on the run like that, you won't catch him.
Yeah.
Because he's got enough speed to run away from everybody. Well, the Cats find themselves in a dogfight, for lack of a better term.
Dogfight?
Yeah. 28-21 with 4:48 to go in the third.
Yeah, he just set up the ball to kick it, and the referee come over and knocked it over accidentally.
And I will say, some of this is Streator. A lot of it's Wilmington, just not executing.
Oh, yeah, they've not executed for quite a while now.
28-21. It's a one-score game. The Cats really need a touchdown on this possession. Across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, all the way out to midfield comes Narine, and Wilmington will have the ball there, 1st and 10. Well, a good return for the Cats. I mean, give Streator credit. The combination of Treadway and Murphy has been unbelievable.
We haven't seen that in the high school in a long time.
And you got to think, with this group, if they play that way every night, they're going to win a lot of games.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't remember a passing attack if they hit plays like that in this conference. Pitch comes near side. This is Rodewald, who, if he would have gotten through that, would still be running. The problem is he didn't. As Blake Rathburn, the 5'11", 180-pound junior, drops Jake after a gain of a couple. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, the Wildcats better make good use of this possession.
I mean, Wilmington really taking a ton of time getting plays in, too, which now down to 7 seconds, and they're finally up to the line. Hopwood takes the snap, pitches it back to Franzen. Big hole, breaks it free inside the 40. Cody inside the 30, all the way down to the Streator 26-yard line. A gain of 23 yards and a Wilmington first down. And again, you got the opinion here, or the feeling, that Wilmington, the only way they get stopped is by stopping themselves.
Yeah,
which they've been doing.
The Bulldogs have not stopped them themselves. No, not once tonight.
The mix of penalties and turnovers have been a problem. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 25 of Streator. Everybody packed in around the line of scrimmage. This is Franzen again. Bangs ahead inside the 25, down near the 21-yard line. A gain of 3, close to 4. Bring up 2nd down and 6. So Sanchez will come in and replace Franzen. Now again, for Wilmington fans, you have to keep in mind Trey Shaw has not played basically all year. So that piece is missing to the puzzle. Humphreys, their defensive back, has been out this entire game with an injury. So pitch comes back. This is Rodewald banging ahead inside the 15.
Well, he has power.
Gets all the way down to near the 12. Give him a gain of 8 more down to the 13. Wilmington will have it 1st and 10 from there.
He's got such powerful legs. He bulldozes his way through.
By the way, if you happen to be from Streator listening to this, come out and watch your Bulldogs.
They're fun to watch.
This team, yeah. Offensively, man, that's something. Pitch comes back. This is Rodewald, breaks a couple of tackles, still going inside the 5, down to near the 2-yard line. Boy, broke about 3 or 4 tackles, and it'll be 1st down Wilmington, down around the 1-yard line. A gain of about 12 more. 1st and goal for the Cats from the 1. Now defensively, Streator has struggled a little bit.
They've been unable to stop the run, but their offense has been very, very good.
Back to the double wing. Sanchez on one side, Rodewald on the other. Hopwood under center, pitches it back. This is Rodewald, and he'll basically just walk into the end zone. And Wilmington now leads it 34-21 with 1:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. And that, if you're the Cats, is how you do it.
Yes.
Go straight down the field, leave no doubt, put the ball in the end zone, and see if your defense can get a stop. So Richards on to attempt the extra point.
The thing about the Bulldogs are they feel like they can score whenever.
And right now, they've pretty much been able to do that. Kick from Richards is good. Wilmington leads at 35-21, 1:33 to go in the 3rd. Back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Breezer Construction Company is a proud supporter of Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network. For over 40 years, Breezer Construction Company has led the way in providing quality construction to the industrial, utility, and pipeline industries. For more information on Breezer Construction Company, go to breezerconstruction.com. That's breezerconstruction.com. Or call 815-521-0900. When you need the very best representation on your side, the attorneys and staff at Odekirk Allred & Associates are here to help with extensive professional experience in cases involving criminal defense, divorce, custody, personal injury, residential real estate, and driver's license reinstatement. Odekirk Allred & Associates and its diverse team is prepared to commit personalized attention and aggressive representation to achieve positive outcomes for your most stressful legal issues. Odekirk Allred & Associates has a team of highly skilled attorneys from the area, including Wilmington locals. Odekirk Allred & Associates takes pride in its communication skills and unmatched reputation for success. Contact Odekirk Allred and Associates at 815-740-1700 or stop by their new office location in Wilmington at 1095 South Water Street for your free consultation today.
Well, again, we have a problem with the officials. On the near side up back for Streator looked like he waved for a fair catch. Caught the ball at the 33-yard line. Nobody blew a whistle. So he took off up the sideline. Might have even, I don't know if he'd scored a touchdown, but he would have gotten deep into Wilmington territory, and then they blow the whistle and said he called for a fair catch. But that was about a good 5 seconds after the play was over.
I have no comment.
Well, here we go. Here's another discussion. About what, I have no idea, but when this discussion is done, it'll be 1st and 10 for Streator.
Oh. Now they're going to pick the ball up. No, he's putting it back down again.
So they moved the ball nowhere. Now they're calling what? What did they call?
What is that?
They moved the ball back 4 yards.
Do you know of a 4-yard penalty?
No. I'm not even sure what the penalty was. I think did they call him for not calling for a fair catch? But he did. He called for a fair catch. They just didn't call it.
I have no idea.
There's a handoff, and I'll give you one guess as to where that went. And that's backwards, as Riley McCurdy lost another 4 yards. I'll give Wilmington's defense credit, man. They've been all over the running game. It hasn't gone anywhere, but again,
passing game has.
There's a couple things tonight make me scratch my head a little bit, but so be it.
And really, Bulldog passing game, you got to give credit to the Bulldogs.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's been fantastic. 2nd down at 14. Treadway out of the shotgun. Looks left side. Fires. That was knocked down, though. That time by, I believe, Richards up front. It was either Richards or trying to see who was on the front. Might have been A.J. Myers who got a hand on that. I'll bring up 3rd down and 14. Now I'll go back to the same thing for Streator. You do a screen pass to Trevor Murphy or somebody like that, you might have something brewing.
Murphy can really motor, I'll tell you that.
And if you want to run him out of the backfield, I think you got something start. If you want to have a run game starting there, but you need him to the outside as a weapon. So it's kind of an interesting situation. Trips receivers to the far side. Again, out of the shotgun is Treadway. Takes the snap, rolls left side, and he's going to be sacked. Back inside the 20-yard line near the 15, and Wilmington finally gets to Jimmy Treadway.
They had a sack earlier, and it was called back, said they were holding when they're rushing the passer. Get that.
A loss of about 5 more. It'll bring up Streator 4th down.
Now this is where Wilmington, like you said, you need to get the ball now and go down the field, get a score, and put this thing away.
Well, now they have Treadway in there. I don't know if they're punting or passing or what they're doing, but they're going to quick kick, and the ball goes straight in the air, and then will kick sideways and be downed at the Streator 38 with 6 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. You know, we've had about 1 or 2 of these a year.
Crazy games?
Where you get to the end of the night and you go, I'm not really sure what we just watched.
Yeah.
I'm kind of there tonight. I mean, I've some of it's been regular, but
well, we're down to 6.2 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. But, yeah, this is one of those, I'm not sure what we have seen.
Let's see. Keaton Hopwood airs it out for the final play of the 3rd quarter. What do you think?
Don't think there's a chance of it.
Well, way to pop that balloon in a hurry. 1st and 10 for Wilmington from the 38. of Streator. Pitch goes back to Franzen inside the 35. Cody bangs ahead inside the 32 and gets all the way down near the 31-yard line. And a gain of about 7, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Wilmington leads it 35-21. Back for quarter number 4 in just a moment. This is Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
The launching pad is back, and the kitchen is now open 7 days a week. The iconic Route 66 restaurant is now serving Italian beef, Chicago-style hot dogs, malts, shakes, and their famous Dirtworm sundaes. During your stop at the launching pad, check out the Route 66 gift shop and get your picture taken with the Gemini Giant. Cruise on over to 810 East Baltimore Street in Wilmington and visit the launching pad today. Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair.
Second down and 3. Pitch comes back to Rodewald inside the 30, inside the 25, all the way down near the 23-yard line. It's a gain of about 8 more for Jacob Rodewald, and another first down for the Cats to the 22-yard line of Streator. So Wilmington knocking on the door again. The problem for the Cats is at various times tonight there have been penalties. One time there was a drop snap that led to a turnover. Hey, by the way, we do have a score. Well, we'll get this play first, then we'll have a scoring update between Evergreen Park and Oak Lawn, believe it or not.
Okay.
And pitch comes back. This is Franzen again inside the 20. He'll get down to the 18, a gain of about 4 more. It is a final. Evergreen Park beat Oak Lawn 23-0. So Evergreen Park 23, Oak Lawn nothing tonight.
So Evergreen actually won that.
Yeah. And I thought, just from the eye test,
I didn't
that
see
Evergreen Park was a better team, but
yeah, I missed that week. I heard a little bit on the radio, but
they had some weapons. It's just Wilmington played very good defensively. 10:35 to go in the game. Wilmington leads at 35-21. We're down under 10 seconds on the play clock. Wilmington hasn't even broken the huddle. It's down to 5, 4. Hopwood under center will take the snap at 1 second, pitches it back to Rodewald, and that's what happens when you get in a hurry. That went backwards.
Yeah, Rodewald didn't even hardly get the ball.
Will be a loss of a couple. And there's an injured player down for Streator. There'll be third down and about 7 for Wilmington from the Streator 20 as they take a look at that player. By the way, during next week's home football game against Manteno, the Wilmington High School Interact Club will be hosting their 5th annual Purple Pinky Nights, raising funds to help eradicate polio. Just 2 countries are left to eliminate this disease for good. When people receive the polio vaccine in these countries, their fingers are dipped in purple ink to keep track of who still needs to be vaccinated. Help the Wilmington Interact Club out fundraise Manteno's club in their friendly competition during next week's game by stopping by the Blue Rotary tent to give $1. Every dollar given will be matched with $3 from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Again, look for the Blue Rotary tent on the home side of the stadium during next week's home game and help eradicate polio for good.
This young man is still down the field at the time.
So we're still waiting for
He's up
the
now.
injured player. That is Blake Rathburn, who's had himself a pretty good game at defensive line. 5'11", 180-pound junior.
He's walking on his own steam. That's
Actually,
good.
I think technically at linebacker, but he's lined up on that defensive line at various times tonight. It doesn't appear to be serious, but just maybe tweaked in a knee or an ankle. The problem for Streator is that there's not a lot of options to go to. By the way, in the third quarter, Lyle leads Mantino 30-28.
Oh, they went back and took a lead. Oh, my. Lyle's everything for real.
Piato, no problems with Reed Custer tonight. Clock running under 10 minutes to go in the game. Pitch back to Franzen inside the 20. I'll make that Sanchez inside the 10. They flipped them out, and Sanchez all the way down to about the 7-yard line. A gain of about 13 more for Wilmington. And it will be a first down. And now Wilmington with another injured player. I believe that's Matt Sanchez. I mean, my goodness. The Wildcats are just
they can't lose him
dropping players like crazy. Trey Shaw hasn't played pretty much the entire year. Matt Sanchez is now laying on the ground. Humphreys, their starting defensive back, is out with what appeared to be an ankle or foot injury.
Looks like Sanchez is hurt.
And by the way, Hunter Doherty has not been full speed tonight either. He's been limping around too. And honestly, they've played the first 3 weeks. Evergreen Park's a school of about 900. Oak Lawn is a school of 1,800. And Streator's a school of 900. You're playing much, much larger opponents. And after a while,
that can begin to weigh on you.
It can, although the numbers for Streator as far as who's participating aren't particularly high. But that's bad news for Matt Sanchez because he is not moved. I mean, he's moved, but since they made him lay back down, he hasn't gotten up.
Yeah, they're checking out probably a knee or an ankle.
I mean, he's moving his legs and arms. It's just they're checking out what the foot injury or knee injury is.
Yeah, they don't want to move him until they know basically what they're dealing with.
I mean, they're looking at it.
There's quite a few people out there looking too. Well, we're down to 9:46 left in the game. Wilmington's got a 35-21 lead. They're marching down the field. Now they might have lost Sanchez for the night. I don't know. Now he's getting up. But he's not coming off on his own steam, though.
He sure isn't. I mean, he's being helped off the field. It looked like his right knee. And Wilmington can ill afford any more injuries.
Boy, that backfield, well, it's not helping the pass defense when they've lost so many.
But if there's one thing we've always said about Wilmington is that this is why you play everyone as much as you can.
They do that a lot.
Because when you have 4 or 5 backs, 1 or 2 goes down, the person coming in isn't wide-eyed. They've done it before. So that's why you play everybody as much as you can, because you want them to be experienced when they come in. Now, for Wilmington, you still have 2 good ones in Franzen and Rodewald.
For offense.
Yeah, that's another defensive problem. You're right.
Yeah.
Pitch back to Rodewald inside the 5, and Jacob's going to pound his way near the goal line, and he is in for the touchdown. Jacob Rodewald, a 6-yard touchdown run, and Wilmington now leads it 41-21.
That's his 5th touchdown tonight.
With 9:15 to go in the game. I'm telling you, Hunter Doherty, he's barely getting off the field. Hunter Doherty is limping off the far sideline at the 20. I mean, I think he's okay. He's been kind of that way all night. But Wilmington is far from healthy. As Richards kicks that off the back of somebody. That was just a weirdly timed kick. And it'll stay 41-21. If you're the Cats, you really just want to get out of here tonight without any more injuries. 9:15 to go in the game. Take a break, come back with more Cats football in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Warren's Collision Center is now at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. They accept all insurance companies, and as always, customer service is their top priority. Contact Warren's Collision at 815-458-3300, stop by online at warrenscollision.com, or visit in person at 860 Easy Street in Braidwood. Warren's Collision Center is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Warren's Collision Center, where they care beyond the repair. Quigley Technology Services is your local source for computer help. They have built numerous websites, including ours, here at the Christian Internet Sports Network. Quigley Technology Services also specializes in virus removal, so your computer will get back to full speed now. And you can trust them for first-class computer repair, including free local pickup and delivery, plus on-site service, including after hours. Contact Quigley Technology Services at 815-293-7844 or stop by at quigtech.com. That's QUIG tech.com.
41-21 the lead for Wilmington. 9:15 to go in the game. Richards set to kick off left to right here. Still a lot of time left, though, particularly with the ability of Streator's offense. Yeah. And there's guess what? A flag down. This comes across the 20 to the 25, and then dropped right there is Murphy. I'm guessing that's for offsides on the kick. And did they wave that off too?
It looks like they waved it off.
That's like the fourth time tonight a flag has been thrown. And then they just said, you know what? We'll just go ahead and wipe that one off the board. So Jimmy Treadway, who's had himself a pretty good night for the most part, had a couple of beautiful touchdown passes.
Too good for Wilmington's concern.
Two receivers to the near side, one to the far. Now Wilmington getting a little thin at a couple of spots here. Treadway out of the snap. They'll hand it off, coming left side. And
good pursuit by that Wilmington.
That's not going to go anywhere. A gain of maybe a yard. They'll bring up second down and 9. And it could be at this point, too, for Streator that you're trying to stay healthy because they don't have a lot of numbers. They already had one player go down on their side. They can't afford to lose anybody else either.
You want to give that run to McCurdy or who?
It was that was Trevor Murphy, I think, who ended up with it. Two receivers to the far side, one back to the near. This is now Treadway out of the shotgun. Both of these teams want to get out of here healthier than they are even now. Handoff comes around the end, and that's not going to go anywhere either.
He tries to outrun Wilmington to the sideline, but you don't do that.
And we got a flag down and a chop block against Streator. Okay.
Well,
I mean, for Wilmington, just decline it, right? Wouldn't it be 3rd and 10?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess chop block might be. Well, let's see. That's all the way down inside the 10.
Is that a 15-yarder?
Well, they only marked it off. Listen. What's our problem over there?
They only marked it off.
I know. I realize it sounds ridiculous, but 8:12 to go in the game, and now the Cats are going to decline it, which is what that's what I was saying. Wouldn't it be 3rd and 10? I mean, you don't want to give Streator any more shots than they already have.
No, you do not.
But now you're going to have to move the ball back up. I don't know how they decided on where it was marked to begin with, but that's another conversation.
What in the world?
Well, they're moving it back to the original line of scrimmage because Wilmington declined it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, now we're back to wind the clock again. 8:09.
Okay, so
counting.
here we go. 41-21 is the lead for Streator. 8 minutes to go in the game, and the Bulldogs facing a 3rd and 10 from their own 23-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Treadway out of the gun again with 1 back to his left. Takes the snap, drops back, fires it near side. That was knocked away. Not a whole lot of room to work with there, although I think he thought the wide receiver was going to go to a different spot or at least stop, because he threw it like he anticipated something else to happen, and it didn't.
Yeah, he threw where he thought he was going to be, it looked like, and he went a different route.
And the coaching staff talking it over with Jimmy as he comes off the sideline or onto the sideline. And now Streeter's going to be forced to punt it away.
This is what you want if you're Wilmington.
And if you're Wilmington, you might dip into second-team offense, even only up 20. The way guys have come up injured tonight.
Oh, boy.
Here's a kick. This is a beauty of a punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 40-yard line. And that's where Wilmington will start up 1st and 10.
What was he doing?
I don't know. All right. Pay no attention to us, folks. We're just talking about random things that we see on the football field that we're confused by. 7:42 to go. Wilmington leads it 41-21 as Streator looking for a defensive stop. And for Wilmington, all you really need to do is hang on to the football here and get this game over with.
Yeah, just hang on to it, work your way down the field.
There have been enough injuries tonight. I don't think anybody wants to see any more.
Oh, boy.
1st and 10. This pitch goes left side. This is Rodewald across 45 to midfield, carrying defenders all the way inside the Streator 45 to the 44. And now Hunter Doherty is down.
Oh, no.
Back at the Wilmington 39. He can't even get off the field. I think it might be cramping.
I think so, too.
But there's a leg brace there, too, and now a timeout to Streator after a gain of 16 on that run. So Wilmington leading it 41-21 with 7:34 to go in the game. As the Cats will, out of this timeout, see what they can continue going here. So one more time, during next week's home football game against Manteno, the WHS Interact Club will host their 5th annual Purple Pinky Night, raising funds to help eradicate polio. Help the Wilmington Interact Club out fundraise Manteno's club in their friendly competition during next week's game by stopping by the Blue Rotary tent to give $1. Handoff goes right side. We'll finish this up in just a second. Inside the 35, down to the 33 goes the run from Cody Franz in a gain of 10 more. Every dollar given will be matched with $3 from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Again, look for the Blue Rotary tent on the home side of the stadium during next week's home game and help do your part to eradicate polio. The WHS Interact Club and their 5th annual Purple Pinky Night next week against Manteno, who, by the way, is having a good game tonight with Lyle.
Boy, they're in a battle with Lyle.
Clock running here. Wilmington has now taken pretty much everyone out. Handoff goes to the fullback for the first time, and that's not A.J. Myers. That is actually Joe Probus, I think. Was it 39 or 35? We're back to these uniforms, and it might be 38, but I don't have a 38 if that's the case.
Yeah, I thought it was 38, but how many yards did he get?
I think it might be Probus. maybe 3 more. Actually, more than that. Close to 5. Second and short for the Cats. Narine in there at quarterback. Hands it off again to the fullback. Somebody please blow the whistle before somebody else gets injured. It'll be no gain, maybe a gain of a yard. Yeah. And Wilmington will face third down. We'll call it 2 from the Streator 23. Again, Coach Raines said, all right, you know what? We've had enough. There's too many people limping around. We need to get out of here as healthy as possible. So literally during that timeout, the Wildcats replaced everyone. I mean everyone. They just took the entire first team out.
Wow. That's
right in the middle of the timeout.
That's how crucial this is.
So Narine under center. Hand off to Lewis off the left side as he'll bang ahead inside the 20, down near the 18. A gain of about 5 more for Kyle Lewis, the 5'11", 145-pound junior.
How many was that?
About 5 more.
5 more.
Again, be sure to stick around for the post-game show brought to you by the Launching Pad. Big thank you to Launching Pad for stepping up and sponsoring things this year. Be sure to check out all the renovations and everything going on over there. We'll have a full check of your stats. We'll also talk to the head coach of the Cats, Mr. Jeff Raines. And we'll have a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk, Allred, and Associates on the postgame show brought to you by the Launching Pad. Handoff goes up the middle again to the fullback, and a gain of about 8 more. I think that might be Cole Shepard.
Oh, no.
5'9", 135-pound running back.
Cole or Kyle? Cole.
It's Cole. Cole Shepard. Getting to see a little bit of everybody here in this fourth quarter. Shepard is in there at fullback. Now a new quarterback for the Wildcats. That's Justin Walensky. Walensky, the 6'2", 160-pound junior. We'll hand it off left side. And no gain there. Once again, Shepard with the carry. Under 4 minutes to go in the game. Bring up third down and 2 for Wilmington. I will give Streator credit tonight.
They fought.
This football team came to play a little bit short on the defensive side of things, and then the offense couldn't quite get some things to mesh later in the second half, but they gave a good showing. Third down and 2. Walensky under center again. Handoff again up the middle to Shepard. He'll fire inside the 5. Actually, we marked right about the 5. A gain of 6 more and a Wilmington first down. They'll wind that clock.
Those subs are doing a pretty good job of executing the plays.
Once again, be sure to join us in the post-game show brought to you by the Launching Pad for a full check of the stats here tonight. We'll also talk to Coach Raines. And we'll have one more check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk, Allred, and Associates. Of course, Coal City won big tonight. Piatone up big on Reed Custer. Handoff, Shepard again. We'll get down to the 4, maybe the 3. Last time we heard, Lyle was leading Mantino, what was it, 30-28 in the third quarter? So we'll keep an eye on that. Well, and for Streator, things aren't going to get a whole lot easier.
No, they aren't.
They're at Reed Custer next week, which should be winnable for the Bulldogs, but then home against Coal City, at Piatone, at Herscher, home against Mantino, at Lyle. There's a lot in there they got to deal with.
If they can get one win out of that, they'll be doing very well.
And by the way now, Mantino leads Lyle 36-30 in the fourth quarter.
Really?
And that's who comes to Wilmington next week.
Oh, boy.
Is Mantino, and then Wilmington goes to Lyle.
Oh, my land.
And as banged up as the Cats are right now.
Not good.
So Wilmington, by the way, took a knee. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal from the 4, and the Cats more than likely will take one more knee here. And it'll wind the clock back to 1:15 and now 35 seconds on that play clock. So Wilmington will snap the ball one more time. And I think the Streator coaching staff at this point might have just asked the official, can we just run this thing all the way out? Like, even when they're done snapping the ball, just let the clock run out.
Yeah, because you don't want to be anybody hurt.
Right, and there's already been 3 or 4 of those tonight, and there's no real point in that. You don't want to get somebody else injured. The Cats get it down to the 1, and that's where it'll go. Wilmington was not trying to score, I don't think. I think the idea was to get the ball to where it was not a touchdown, but where the Streator wouldn't run another play. And right now, with 33 seconds left, the Bulldogs will snap it a couple times, and that'll be it. Or maybe that was something that the Cats offense did on their own or something. That was really weird to kneel it a couple of times, and then because they didn't get anywhere near the end zone. I mean, he like dove ahead inside the 2 or whatever it was. I don't know what was going on there.
They're going to call it right there. I mean, they must have took the snap and that was it. That's it.
That was kind of a strange ending. But in any case, 41-21 is the win for Wilmington here over Streator on the road. The Bulldogs put up a good fight tonight, though, and did give the Cats a run for a little while. And Wilmington leads at 41-21. Welcome to the postgame show brought to you by the Launching Pad. We'll have a full check of your stats. And then we'll also have a check of the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. And we'll talk to Coach Jeff Reintz as well. Cats win it. Back to the postgame show here in just a few minutes. This is Wilmington Wildcats football on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Phelan Acres Bible Church is the perfect place if you are looking for a church to call home. They have services every week, including Sunday school at 9:45, morning worship at 11, and Wednesday night prayer meetings at 7. Phelan Acres Bible Church is located at 26009 Willow Lane in Wilmington, Illinois. And for more information, call 815-476-7818. That's 815-476-7818. If you're looking for more information on Wilmington Wildcats football, then check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's. Each week, Coach Reintz goes over game film, takes questions from the audience, and presents the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week awards. Plus, you'll get to hang out with other Wildcat fans and get the inside scoop on next week's game. So be sure to check out the Catbackers every Wednesday at 7 at Tuffy's.
Hey, Billy, where do you think you're going with that beer?
What's the big deal? He is at home.
Nice, Bob. Real nice.
Look, they're practically grown. They're juniors and seniors now, and they're here for the day. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that may be true for yours, but you can't let the others drink.
In Illinois, the social host law holds adults accountable for underage drinking.
If a minor who was drinking at your house injures or kills someone, you are guilty of a Class 4 felony. You get fined. You go to jail.
So, being the host, aka the adult, letting high schoolers drink is illegal.
Be their guide, don't provide. If you or someone you know abuses alcohol or drugs, please call
476-1660. Help is only a phone call away.
This ad is brought to you by the Wilmington Coalition for a Healthy Community in partnership with ONDCP and SAMHSA.
This is the postgame show brought to you by the Launching Pad. Wilmington wins it tonight at Streator 41-21. The Cats are now 3-0 on the year. Streator drops to 1-2. Before we get to your final scoring totals, let's get to the IHSA football scoreboard brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. First from the ice, Peatone defeats Reed Custer 31-8 tonight. It was Coal City 42-0 over Herscher. And in a surprise late game score, Manteno defeats Lyle tonight. This is a final. Manteno 36, Lyle 30. So other finals tonight, Morris defeats Rochelle 34-14. Plano defeats Ottawa tonight 13-0. It was LaSalle Peru 52, Sandwich 7. Yorkville defeated Plainfield Central 37-0. It was Plainfield North 42, Romeoville 0. Minooka defeated Plainfield East 35-20. Oswego 34, Plainfield South 6. Oswego East defeated Joliet West tonight 28-0. West Aurora defeated Joliet Central 48-6. It was Trinity 60, Wabansie Valley 6. Crete-Moniz 66-0 over Rich South. And Aurora Christian 66-7 over Aurora Central Catholic. Games that are still ongoing, Seneca and Dwight are tied at 0 in the second quarter. It's Oswego 34, Plainfield South 6. Kankakee leads Thornwood 20-12. It's Dunlap 25, Pekin 20. Some other scores from around the area. Finals tonight, Lincoln Way West 21, Sandburg 0. It was Lincoln Way East 42-7 over Bradley Bourbonnais. Tinley Park defeats Oak Forest 42-28. Bolingbrook over Stagg. That's now 43-0. Lamont leads Thornwood 3-0. It's East St. Louis 50, Niqua Valley 42. Homewood Flossmoor up on Andrew 21-14. It's Providence 27, Brother Rice 16, and Lockport and Lincoln Way tied at 0. So once again from the ICE, Coal City 42-0 over Herscher. Manteno comes back and beats Lyle tonight 36-30, and Peatone 31, Reed Custer 8. All right, so more scores while we're trying to figure out final totals. Finals tonight, Wheaton North loses to St. Charles North 21-17. It was Hershey 63, Maney 6, Palatine 30-0 over Evanston. IC Catholic 43-7 over Wheaton. That's a final. Hinsdale Central defeats Hinsdale South 27-7. It was Marion Central Catholic 21-0 over Marion. Glenbrook North defeated Wheeling 53-13. Conant 20-14 over Glenbrook South. It was Buffalo Grove 35-7 over Highland Park. Batavia defeats Lake Park tonight 56-0. Fieldcrest 42-7 over Tremont. That's a final as well. Looking to see any other scores kind of ongoing here. Let's flip over to the other list. Final, Frankfurt 33, Sparta 24. Sycamore defeats Canelan tonight 35-14. It was Hillcrest 34, Richards 17. St. Joseph Ogden defeated Central 18-7. Watseka 35-7 over Momence. Evergreen Park a final of 23-0 over Oak Lawn. It was Matea Valley 21, Belleville East 17. Perry 35-13 over Naperville North. Kind of glancing through some other things here. Newman Central Catholic 27-26 over Kewanee. That game not over yet. Carmel 27, Montini 14. And Bishop McNamara leads Riverside Brookfield 42-14. That's pretty much a full check of the IHSA football scoreboard, brought to you by Odekirk Allred and Associates. Waiting on Coach Rates to join us here momentarily. Final stats, first off for Streator. Rushing the football, Jimmy Treadway, 2 rushing attempts for -2 yards. Riley McCurdy, 1 carry for -3 yards. It was Riley Rinaldi, 4 carries for 11 yards. Dominic Hawes ran the ball twice for -1 tonight. It was Trevor Murphy, 4 carries for 13 yards. Streator as a whole, 13 rushing attempts for 18 yards. Through the air, Jimmy Treadway, ended up being 9 of 22 for 236 yards, a couple of touchdowns and a couple of interceptions. Riley McCurdy, 2 receptions for 25 yards. Latrell Teamer, 1 reception for 12 yards. It was Trevor Murphy with a huge night, 7 receptions, 178 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Streator, 254 yards of total offense. For Wilmington on the ground, Keaton Hopwood, 1 carry for -2 yards. Matt Sanchez, 3 carries for 20 yards. Kyle Lewis, 1 carry for 5 yards. Cole Shepard, 4 rushes for 16 yards. By the way, Matt Sanchez also had a touchdown. Cody Franzen, 16 carries for 154 yards. The big night, though, Jacob Rodewald, 21 rushing attempts, 220 yards, and 5 touchdowns? That's ridiculous. 433 yards of rushing for Wilmington on 46 carries. Through the air, Keaton Hopwood was 2 of 5 for 25 yards. Hunter Doherty, 1 reception for 14 yards, and Cam Holman, 1 reception for 11 yards. Wilmington, 458 yards of offense here tonight as they get the win over Streator, 41-21. Coach Reintz on his way up here. We'll talk to him momentarily. Wilmington gets Mantino next week, who just knocked off Lyle tonight, 36-30. And then Wilmington turns around and plays Lyle.
And I think we play them there?
Yes.
I don't like that.
At Lyle. I know, nobody does.
That's a terrible place to play. It's a nice place.
It's a beautiful facility, but
win.
yeah, it's a hard place to play. There's no doubt about that. So I'll be joined here in just a second by the head coach of the Cats as we roll on through our post-game show. By the way, brought to you by the Launching Pad. Be sure to stop by over there and check out all their new renovations and see everything they've got going on as we're joined by the head coach of the Cats, Mr. Jeff Reintz. And Coach, tonight, Streator kind of came out ready to play, and offensively they aired the ball out a little bit. Of course, you knew they had a couple of weapons, and between Treadway and Murphy, they hit a couple of big pass plays. And your kids managed to kind of hang on and get some points when they needed to and get out of here with a win.
Yeah, no, they did. And my hat's off to Streator. They're a good ball club, especially us coming down here the first time we've ever been here. And so for us to battle and to do things well is good. But my hat's off to Streator. They had a great game plan. We couldn't get to the quarterback much because he was getting rid of it quick. He throws a nice ball. I got to say, John, 6 times I thought we had really good coverage.
Yes, absolutely.
And they just made the plays.
Yep.
And so I tell you got to give them a lot of credit. I'm happy our kids battled back. We were in the lead most of the time, but we had some adversity again with some pass coverages. We had Humphreys turned his ankle last night. Danny Sanders had to come in and play, and now we got to check on Sanchez here. That didn't look good, but it's nothing terrible right now, but I got to go find out what it is. And so, after a game, I got 1,000 thoughts going through my head. But the first thing was our kids battled hard all night. They did a good job. Defensively, we didn't play great, but I tell you what, too, I think we hung in there against a couple great kids. And they're athletic. I mean, we played a couple big schools here the last 2 weeks, and they had more athletes out here than they did. Yep. And so, but then again, you're talking, Streator's 900 kids, and so they're going to have some nice kids. And Brian does a good job with them, Hassett, and they're going to win some ball games this year. I can tell you that.
Well, the nice thing about your offense was outside of a couple of penalties and some drives stalling, when you needed points, you needed to move the football, they got it done and managed to kind of keep that lead and extend it a little bit and keep putting pressure on Streator's offense to make plays, and eventually that broke down. Yeah,
no, exactly right. And, the biggest thing we gave up defensively was the big play, a couple times. But you're exactly right. When our offense was doing what it was doing, we were able to maintain that ground attack and do some things. And we won the time of possession. We're running the clock down all the way. And so overall, it's a real big win for us. It wasn't an easy win. I think the score doesn't indicate how close it was. And my hat's off to Streator. They battled us very well, and our kids battled hard too. So it was a good Friday night football game.
We talked in pregame about how competitive this conference is, and top to bottom. Mantino beat Lyle tonight.
Okay, wow.
So you got those two back to back, and so Mantino will come there next week ready to go, and that's always an interesting game anyway since you're so close to each other.
It is. No, and you go through your first 2 games, everybody's boy, you played the suburban schools and the big schools, and
And I'm like, yeah, no, it was good. I'm glad we did it, but now the grind starts.
Yeah, exactly.
now the real season starts, and you're going to have a Manteno team coming in with a lot of confidence, and they do a good job. And so, we'll have to see what happened against Lisle. Lyle's a good ball club too, so we got those guys in the next 2 weeks. So let's see how we do, and got to take a look at injury-wise and see where we're at. But hey, we're 3-0, and we're happy to be there.
Yep. Well, congratulations on this one tonight. And like you said, take a look at things and see where you're at going against Manteno.
That's right. Hey, we'll start right away in the morning.
All right, congratulations, Coach, as the Cats get the win tonight, 41-21 on the road at Streator for the first time. And big thank you to everyone here at Streator High School as well. Boy, beautiful facilities. They had stats for us and all that good stuff. So a big thank you to everyone here at Streator High School. This was our first time down here as well. And a great experience, beautiful stadium. They really got things kind of going down here on the football end of things at least. I haven't been down here for much else, but this has been pretty impressive.
I think the thing that impressed me about the Wildcats tonight was they did what we said. They straightened it out. They came down and played their game and finished out the last part of the last half. They did exactly what they needed to do.
All right, the Cats win it 41-21, 3-0 so far in the year. Streator drops to 1-2. We'll see you next week back at home as the Cats will take on Manteno, 6:40 more or less broadcast time here on the network. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. You've been listening to Wilmington Wild